Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for episode 78 of the MeepleCore podcast, a bi-weekly podcast about board games, video games, music, and nerd culture. I'm your host, Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple, and I'm joined by my co-hosts,
Matt RoBear,
Eric Ledford,
George Breden.
And in this episode, we give you our first impressions for the board games Arraial, One Key, and Heaven and Ale. We run through multiple top 5 board game component lists, because why not? We do a podcast playthrough of Smirk Laughter Games. We need to talk, and much more. It was lonely last week.
It was.
We had Eric and I
down to 2
holding down the fort. And so, yeah, we're back. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. If not, then thank you. Or actually, thank both of you, or all of you, for checking us out. All the way above. But anyway, so we're a podcast, obviously, bi-weekly. Man, it feels like we haven't done this in a while, but we have. Anyway, we're going to start with Matt. As we always do, we talk about what we've done between episodes of the podcast, what we're up to, what kind of cool stuff. I don't really have that much on mine, actually, because I did all of it for the last podcast, and I haven't really done much since.
I'm not going to go back a month from what I've done.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, just here recently, though, I guess the big thing is...
I know.
What?
You're going to steal his glory.
I'll get to that. I will start with Borderlands 2, though. They released DLC for it.
Oh, yeah.
It was, Commander Lilith and the Battle at Sanctuary, I think was the name of it. It's fairly short, but it kind of ties in how everything is at the current state of the next Borderlands when it comes out in September. I did play the Telltale games, which is also canon for it, so everything is
interesting.
Follows together, and that's actually, I think, before
is it
the
good?
pre-sequel.
Is that good?
The Telltale game. It's okay. It ain't the greatest thing in the world, but it's kind
of like the Walking Dead ones.
Yeah, it's just like all those.
Yeah.
It's very much more of a movie, though. And this one, and I noticed there was another one that I did that I cannot remember what it was. They were steering more towards the, you did not have to do a whole lot of controlling. It was literally like you were just making choices.
Mash A.
Yeah. Or every now and then you'd have to mash a button for certain things, but it was a lot more just kind of which I liked. The one thing I didn't like about the Walking Dead one was there was a lot of walking around and trying to find items and stuff like that. I didn't care for that a whole lot. It was kind of like a bonus in this one. Usually if you found money, then you could do extra things in the game.
Oh, that's cool.
That didn't pertain. You didn't need the money, but it was just kind of neat if you had it there to do things. We've been looking for houses a whole lot. That's an ongoing thing. We've been doing that for about a month now. But the big thing is yes, we fostered a puppy.
I saw this.
Yeah, this is why we don't foster.
Yeah.
Is it not going well? Is that...
No, we failed.
You failed?
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay, so what
you get a scorecard for fostering?
No, foster fail is you don't give it back.
Right.
Oh.
So we have a new addition to our family. It is which is kind of funny because our dog we have now, she's 11 years old, Karma. She's a full-size Doberman Pinscher.
Yeah.
And we now have Scooter, which is aptly named after Scooter from Borderlands.
Not from scooting its butt across the floor?
No.
Gotcha.
It's for Scooter, Catch a Ride from Borderlands 2. And,
catch a ride.
Yeah, catch a ride. Yeah, so we had him. We were supposed to keep him until he got neutered yesterday and then give him back after 2 days of care. Yeah, the family got really attached.
How long did you guys have them?
About a week.
Yeah.
I've
seen all kinds of pictures.
Yeah. We had them for about a week.
I didn't even know it was a foster. I just thought it was a new dog.
No, it was a full-blown foster.
How could this not be part of their plan? They know people are going to get attached and they're going to keep it.
It's usually not puppies. This is real, kind of a rare thing that it's a puppy. Usually you're getting just dogs of some type.
Like older dogs.
Or they did have a pregnant dog just had puppies. They needed someone to foster it to be able to take care of the puppies and stuff. So
I know with I think the Humane Society, is that what we're
going through the Louisville Metro Animal Shelter, which is essentially the pound.
Yeah. So I know through one of them at least, you can say I want specific type of dogs. I just want female dogs, male dogs, puppies, or whatnot. And our neighbor just does puppies, so she went through quite a few. She likes them when they're really young and cute.
Does she end up keeping them?
I mean, eventually, but no, she did it for a long time. Yeah. I mean, her family always had, oh, I really like this puppy, I want to keep it, but she's like, nah.
The intention was to give him back. He was a good boy though. He's been a good little puppy. Yeah. He's very cute. It's funny watching him and the big Doberman play with each other. But it just got to a point like he was driving our big dog kind of crazy. Like she was getting really anxious, kind of snapping at him here and there. Not biting at him, but like doing like a really kind of bark and howl kind of deal, like just letting him know, like, get out of my space. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't sure if it was a good fit. I tried to explain this to my wife. And then one day we're just sitting there and I look over and she's tearing up and I'm like, really? Is this,
yeah.
Is this gonna happen?
This is what would happen at my house if we would have 2 dogs.
So I personally, I do like him. I'm not trying to make it sound like I didn't like him, but I was going into it with the intention.
You had the mindset
to not get attached to him. Yes. Right. I was not going to. I mean, I love him to death before. Mm-hmm. He was cool to have, but family got attached to him. We just kind of decided to just go ahead and keep him. So,
well, better decide now before you get a new house. So you can factor that in.
Yeah. So we still got to work on him with the rabbits, but I think he'll come around. He was like really hyper like the first couple of days we had him, but even since then he's kind of calmed down a little bit. So I think eventually we'll kind of be able to get him around the rabbits. Just for if anybody knows, if you get a dog and you have rabbits, they say to start with the one that's a little bit more bold and not so skittish. So our boy is kind of like, yeah, whatever. He actually bucks up to our big Doberman. Mm-hmm. He's not scared of her at all. So I think he'll be a good one to start with. The female we have like just runs away anytime she sees him, and actually she runs away when she sees our other dog. So she's not the one he might think, oh, a toy.
Right.
So we don't want her running away from him. So, but that's pretty much the near past, I guess.
What about you, George?
Well, I was out last time because I was out getting my hip replaced. And so I've been doing a lot of therapy after that. But it's doing great and happy to be back. I spend a lot of time watching some television.
Mm-hmm. So.
As one can guess. Yeah, as I do. And so some of the shows, I watched Good Omens. I'd mentioned that before. Yes. I finished watching that. Enjoyed it. I thought it went really well. And then I moved on to a show called Britannia. That was more enjoyable, in fact, even though I kind of know the ending.
Oh, yeah.
Because we know what happens in England with the Romans going in. Anyway.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's still a really good show. I watched a show called Hannah, which I enjoyed probably a little less. The start was really good. It's like this girl out in the wilderness who is taught to be a killer.
Okay. Yes.
And I thought, that's kind of fun. And then it goes in other directions.
She's kind of on the run for a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. There was less spycraft in it than I was hoping for. And then just watched Stranger Things 3.
Oh.
Did you finish the whole season? Or?
I finished the whole season, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I've been binge watching all this. So, and that one was really good. I thought there were some annoying things, but the whole show has been, I thought season 1 was amazing. Season 2 kind of went downhill. Season 3 I thought brought it back up for me. So.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I really liked it.
I felt like they've all kind of been slowly
going down.
Ramping up.
Oh, okay.
I've enjoyed each season more than the one before. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm not done with this season.
I was like, Eric's got different opinions, I believe.
Yeah. well, I watched the first 3 episodes, so from what everybody's saying, I should trug along and it will get better. But we just haven't done that.
I mean, if it keeps going up and up and up, that's a good show. I think most shows. I mean, there's not a lot that start off just bam out of the box. Except for maybe Game of Thrones, because that was pretty...
Yeah.
That was, bam!
Yeah.
The last one that I've just started now, that I think I'm not going to like more than all of them, actually, is called Peaky Blinders.
Oh, really? I've heard a lot about that.
So get into that now.
That's a Netflix show also, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I apparently don't know anything about TV shows now. I just hear stuff I don't even hear. What?
Is that like Prohibition era gangster?
Well, it's earlier than that, and it's in Birmingham, England. It's an Irish gang who came over to Birmingham, and they're called Peaky Blinders. It's a real gang. They would put razor blades in their caps, their flat caps.
I remember
and
that.
Slash people with those to blind them. Yeah, you remember that?
I mean, I remember. Yeah,
that is brutal.
Then.
Oh yeah,
that's like the gangs in New York kind of.
No, they were a vicious gang. They like ran Birmingham for 50 years or something.
Wow. If I was Owen Wilson, I would just got about $1,300 for saying wow. Anyway, Eric, what about you?
Not too much. There's a couple of conventions coming up. One this weekend,
which just happened.
Oh, yeah. If you're hearing this now, already happened, already been there. Maybe I'll talk about it next podcast. But it's CharCon. It's in Charleston, West Virginia.
I always wonder why they called it CharCon.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Charleston.
Yes.
Charleston.
So I'm pretty excited. Maybe next year, maybe bring the family. They do have a art museum. It's in a convention center, Clay Center. So they have an art museum and a discovery museum, I believe, in the basement of this center. So I think it's a good thing to bring the family to. They, can come to the convention, but they can also do other things as well.
Yeah.
They're also going to have a mobile escape room.
Oh, like on site?
Yeah.
Like it's like traveling escape room?
I think they have a
it's
location. It's
basically True Dungeon.
But yeah, they do have a mobile escape room that they're bringing to the site.
Oh, that's cool.
So that'd be cool to check out. They're also doing a flea market, get rid of some games, and they're doing a movie on the Planetarium Theater. I'm not sure if you guys ever watched anything on that kind of screen.
No.
But
like an Omnimax?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So
those are the best.
Yeah. So I'm interested in looking at that. I never watched a movie. I've seen little clips or a documentary or something, but never like a full movie.
Yeah.
They're doing Infinity War on that screen.
You've already seen that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I've seen it. Really good. I've only seen it once, so it'll be interesting to go back and look at it again and see all the things I've missed the first time around, because there was a lot.
Is it going to be 3D or anything like that?
I don't think so.
No,
just a really, really big screen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Anything else?
No. Getting ready for Gen Con. The flea market is up. There's 1,600 games on there.
Oh, yeah.
If you're looking to buy anything. Also, doing the math trade, which ends, I think, 27th.
Yep. So we'll knock that off the news. Click.
What format? What is it?
It's Abacorn.
It's Abacorn.
It's Abacorn, yeah. So, I mean, the math trade has been going on for a little bit, but you have till, I think, yeah, you're right, the 27th. I can't remember if it's at midnight or not, but whatever. Just you do it before then.
All your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
To enter all your stuff, and then it locks for like a week to allow people to do their matrix on it, what games they want to give up for what games, etc. And at the end of that week, then it'll post the results, and that's when you take those to Gen Con. So, but yeah, the flea market's up, just like we were talking about with Origins. I haven't bought as much stuff.
I didn't either.
That's
so kind of on purpose.
Right, because he went balls to the wall last time.
Yeah.
You have to start buying less and less as you hit critical mass, I think.
That's true. I've already filled up the other shelf that I've put in this room. Which
I see one shelf with no games on it. Or
they won't have games. It's got all my video game stuff. But yes. I had cannibalized the shelves that it came with for my miniature game shelf. Where I have all my War Machine figures and stuff like that, because I needed extra shelves. And then that's why it's a big empty spot, because I need another shelf to put there to divide that area. Otherwise, what are you going to put in a shelf that's like 3 times larger, like height wise?
Right.
I don't have that many tall things to kind of put there, but so I'm going to buy more shelves to put in my actual shelf so that I can put stuff on it to fill that one up. You can't see it in the video, I don't think. No. Not that this video part is going to be posted anyway, but if you were watching the YouTube videos of this episode, you can't see the shelf that I put up with all my Origin stuff on it. But it's full, so I don't know what I'm going to do about Gen Con. Hopefully I trade a lot. For me, though, I've only did a couple of things. One, I cleared the backyard. I don't know if y'all saw that.
No, I did not.
Yeah. You know those raised beds in the backyard across my entire house? Leveled. I took out everything. I'm on a mass vegetation destruction spree. I took out the entire magnolia tree that was at the edge of my deck because it's too much shade and it was allowed my deck to get too mildewed.
Yeah.
So I had to take that out. So I am now an arborist. Or what is that? A tree killer? I don't know. One of the two.
Sort of the opposite of arborist.
Right, yeah.
I think arborists tried to save it.
Yeah, they tried to save them and make them. Yeah.
I saved it for firewood. Anyway, no.
You're a lumberjack, I think is what you are.
There you go. I'm a lumberjack now. I'm going to start hanging out at Starbucks. The other thing I did was I busted it because hipsters. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
gotcha.
Flannels.
Yeah, you got that.
I got you.
It was a cheesy dad joke. Anyway, I opened up Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and then it's like the 3rd year anniversary going on like right now. And I was like, oh, cool. So I got stuff. it so wants me back. I pulled,
yeah, right.
I pulled it. It's like, here's Oron. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's pretty awesome. And I pulled again. Here's Noctis. I'm like, well, and I pulled again, and I got like the one Sakura version, the really awesome caster one. So I'm like, yeah, I might be. I've kind of started playing it a little bit more again.
Nice.
So, and the last thing I did, which I sent Matt a video of, it's this how Mario 64 was solved using parallel universes. Did you watch that video?
No.
I sent it in the.
It was in the chat with Brian and
our
Chris.
band chat.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Dude, okay, check this out. It's a 38-minute video, and here's the best quote that I read that pretty much describes this. Don't mind me just trying to get my Super Nintendo or Super Mario 64 PhD.
What?
So if you're familiar with speedrunning, it's a video about speedrunning Mario 64.
Okay.
To a degree where they beat the game in 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Wow.
Think about that. Now, obviously, it uses exploits to a degree. Obviously.
To a big degree.
Yeah. To bypass doors and stuff like that. The parallel universes, you watch it for about 7 minutes. You're like, I have no idea what they're talking about. They are like spitting out some crazy stuff. Almost like you could have a PhD in Super Mario 64. But they're talking about, so just to give you a little a tidbit, maybe it'll interest you in watching it. The actual title of the video is How Mario 64 Was Solved Using Parallel Universes, and it's posted by a YouTuber named Bismuth, Bismuth, much like the stone. Anyway, which is actually hilarious now to think about it, because that Bismuth is basically created in a laboratory, and basically his videos created in some sort of laboratory because they used hack tools to figure all this out. So there's a bunch of ways that Mario can jump and slide and kind of stick to the ground, but keep and you can pause buffer. You can pause and enter keys and unpause and enter keys, pause and enter keys. And when you let go, all of it happens because the way that the timing of everything happens per frame. And then you can get this crazy amount of speed. And if your speed's in like, Mario moves at like 16, right? Which is like 16 frames of step or whatever. You go up to like 3 or 4 million. And what happens is it projects you off of the map that you're on and then super far out into space, right? But but not for real. You can't see it happen. It happens in the calculations. And what happens is the way that Mario 64 is created, there is that map that you're on. And then every basically 4,000 I don't know if you want to call it pixels or whatever, but basically specs over, there's a parallel universe of the world that you're on, but it's not rendered with 3D. It's not rendered with anything. But what happens is if the game freaks out and you fall below the surface, you'll fall into the next parallel universe under you, which is vertical down. Right. And it gathers where your position should be and puts you back up in that position. So what they're doing is exploiting it to push them into a spot on another parallel universe, which will then teleport them back to the original map behind doors and stuff like that. It is absolutely nuts. It is 38 minutes of legit mathematics.
Wow.
You watch it. It's not like they dumb it down to a degree, but it is just coming at you next. It's like, oh, I got that. Oh, he's talking about something else now. Hold on. Pause. Let me calculate this. What in the world? It is absolutely ridiculous.
And it is absolutely specific just to
Super Mario 64.
Yeah. And if they put this amount of effort into anything else, I don't know.
Right. With millionaires.
So it's phenomenal. The video is amazing. I'm going to push this as much as possible because it's very well done. There's a lot of animations and graphics. And so if you don't really get what he's saying, you can look at what he's showing and it makes more sense.
So is he showing you how to also mimic that and do it yourself?
No, not really. He's saying, here's how a 4 minute and 20 second run was performed.
Was possible using these parallel universes and speed and emulators and hack tools to see what's going on behind the scenes. And then they turned around and performed it in real life on an actual 64. It's not like they're still doing it through an emulator to do things to the game. They used basically hacking tools and stuff to see how they could make their actual speed runs quicker. It is brilliant. I've seen a lot of speedrun videos like this, where like old Nintendo, like Super Mario Brothers and stuff, and how like they show the hitboxes and they're too small so you can jump halfway through a Goomba and not get hit, stuff like that.
but there is none of them that come to the degree of this. I also watched them beat Dark Souls in, I think, 32 minutes. So, which was, he ran through the whole thing naked. And he went and got all these pieces or whatever. It could like one-shot bosses and stuff. It was like, yeah.
Do you consider that a speedrun if you're able to, bypass, a vast majority of the game?
It's considered a speedrun if you can do it without modification. And so it's not your fault that the game allows that to happen.
I guess so.
You know what I mean? So I think there are like multiple lists of true speed runs, and then there's like speed runs with probably exploits and stuff. I don't know for sure. I don't really keep track of the actual speed run Olympics or whatever and look at the charts and who's done the best and all that stuff. I just like to watch people speed run, and if they use exploits, cool. Typically, I don't mind certain exploits. Like for instance, in Mario 64, you can jump slide on the edge of a block, and then when you fall off, you maintain, and this is where they use those tools to figure this out. You maintain your speed. So when you jump slide, you basically just jump alongside this, you slide along the edges of everything. You don't ever walk. You're sliding and jumping like on your belly on the corners of blocks and stuff, because you never lose speed. And they have they've figured out exploits, not really exploits, but just the way the game calculates like wall collisions. So there's this way that you could run straight at a wall that's in a corner and basically Jackie Chan up it almost instantly.
Oh yeah.
Because the way the game calculates how you get pushed from the first wall, how you get pushed from the second wall. But then if you do something in the midst of that, it forgets that the first wall is the active wall. It switches back to the first wall. And so you just walk up to a corner like, and you're up it. It is nuts, dude. It is phenomenal just to watch. It's very interesting. Again, it's How Mario 64 Was Solved Using Parallel Universes, posted by Bismuth.
This is the reason that I've given up video games, because I play Dark Souls and it takes me an hour to get to the first boss, and then he kills me. He kills me 3 or 4 times in a row, and I'm done, and I just stop playing.
That's fair. So anyway, that's pretty much what we've been up to. So let's do some news items. Eric took the first one with the Gen Con stuff, and that's fine. The Dwellings of Eldervale Kickstarter is up. I don't know if y'all had a chance to check that out. It's pretty much being talked about like crazy. Eric and I had seen this at Origins, and they were talking about it. It looks awesome.
It does.
I'm not sure it's doing anything new, but at the same time, it's doing it very pretty.
Right.
It is gorgeous miniatures, gorgeous components. It's very large.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Right?
Yeah.
When I first saw this, I immediately thought of Cthulhu Wars, but not for the content, but just like the sheer size of everything. That's kind of what it gathered me. So, or what it presented itself to me to be anyway.
Does it have a miniature the size of your child?
No, that's the Coolmon. It's Coolmon Games. Come on, Games.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, the Dice Tower Awards have been posted. Very sad I didn't get to go this year, but we're going to go through them. I'll just read off the winners. Should we talk about the nominees? I guess it's pointless at this time since they're already announced the winners.
Right.
So the most innovative game was Chronicles of Crime. And you can comment if you want or not.
Boo.
Anyway. No, okay.
Boo.
Haven't played it yet, so can't comment on that one.
Well, yeah, you know what? I actually did vote in these, actually vote because I'm part of the Dice Tower Awards committee or whatever. I did not vote for that one because the other one, it had Nyctophobia.
That would have been my vote.
Keyforge the Mind, and Detective: A Modern Crime board game. I would have probably voted for Detective if I had played it
at the time.
Yeah, but I voted for Nyctophobia and Keyforge, although I was reluctant to do that because I think it's unique, but the actual game isn't unique. It's just a unique concept of how you get your packs.
Right.
So that's kind of where is it really that unique? You know what I mean?
Well,
or innovative?
So. Everybody has a different pack. No one deck is supposed to be really the same.
That's true.
My objection to Chronicles of Crime is that it seems like the entire game could have just been on an app. There's no reason to have cards that you have to scan in or that you bother to scan in. You could just have a drop-down menu and click things. It's like, how is this even a board game to me?
So it's probably started as an app maybe at one point. It was like, we can make this a board game.
Yeah, it's disqualified.
That's fair. The best 2-player game winner was Keyforge. There was War Chest, Dinosaur Island, or Duelosaur Island, Haven, and Mythic Path. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak. Mythic Battles Pantheon. Haven was really good, but sorry, Keyforge had to have won this. It just had to. Bah.
Just for success.
Oh, dude, so good. Then we have Best Theming, which was Detective: A Modern Crime board game. I didn't vote for that one, but we had Western. I'm going ahead and doing the nominees anyway. Western Legends, Roots, Detective, Stuffed Fables, and Chronicles of Crime. I really think Western Legends is cooler because there's not that many Wild West board games.
I disagree.
I disagree as well.
Name them, because you will.
Spurs, Western Town, Carson
Town.
City.
I know, but after about 4 more,
guys.
you'll be done because that's all of them.
Bang.
No, Train Heist.
Colt Express.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
There's so many.
But it's not like zombies, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like there's really a lot of Westerns.
Really? I don't know. I didn't think there were.
I think, there's a lot of Westerns, but it's not really a...
Do you think there's less crime detective board games then?
No, I just think the theming was pulled off very well in Detective Modern Crime board game.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Because they go through and they make it just this very humdrum experience. Like you're in your office and you're having coffee and you're just getting facts and then you have salad for lunch. It's just, it's really, it's like, this is what detectives actually do.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Drink some whiskey.
All right. So best strategy game went to Teotihuacan, City of Gods. There was also Root, Coimbra, Underwater Cities, and Brass Birmingham. I think Eric would have picked Brass.
Brass is so good.
I would have gone with Root.
As strategy game, really? I mean, I guess they're all strategy games. It's a good lineup for sure. Best reprints went to Fireball Island. I don't know how you could not give it to that. Holy crap.
Right.
There was also Brass, Endeavor, Age of Sail, High Society, and the States.
Brass.
Yep. Party game went to just one. Here's the groans. There's also Decrypto, The Mind, Drop It, and Trap Words. Personally, I voted for Trap Words, just to say.
I would have gone with Trap Words.
I think so too.
Best game from small publisher, we had Roots. There was also Chronicles of Crime, Vindiction, Obsession, and Underwater Cities.
I wonder what they consider a small publisher.
I was going to say.
I think they can only have like 2 releases at the time of this award.
Well, yeah. All right.
So it makes sense because they had Vast
and Root. Yeah. Okay.
If you don't really count expansions.
No,
yeah.
I get it. Yeah, but
Vindication would be, I called it Vindiction. Vindication would actually have been really cool to play before this, but best family game went to Quacks of Quedlinburg. I can't even say it. Chronicles, Crime, Nyctophobia, Smartphone Inc., and The Grim Forest were also in the running. Then there was best expansion.
Wait, what? That was family game?
Which one?
Yeah.
Do you not agree with?
Grim Forest?
Grim Forest
I'm just very surprised.
Family.
This doesn't sound like family games to me.
Oh, wait. I clicked the wrong thing here. Sorry, the best family game.
Okay.
Actually did go to, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't like the way that they've laid it up on here. I'm going to go from top bottom, but I'm going to skip the game of the year first. Best artwork, Everdale. Then there was Root, Grim Forest, Cerebria, and The Rising Sun.
Those are all good choices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Best production.
It went to Everdale.
It went to Everdale. Best production went to Rising Sun, but they also had Everdale, Fireball Island, The Grim Forest, and Brass Birmingham. Best cooperative game went to Chronicles of Crime. There was also The Mind, Detective, Stuffed Fables, and Just One. Is it the same complaint or is it?
Same complaint.
Okay. The best expansion went to Scythe, The Rise of Fenris. And, that one had Terraforming Mars, Prelude, the Role Player Monsters and Minion expansion, which I only picked. Root, Riverfolk, and Great Western Trail. The best family game is what we talked about earlier. Oh, never mind. So I must have clicked the wrong thing. But yeah, Fireball Island. It was also going up against Gizmos, Reef, Space Base, and Little Scythe. Little Scythe.
Yeah, my Little Scythe.
Bam! They should have gave it to it.
Yep.
So, and the last thing was Game of the Year, which the nominees were Teotihuacan, Chronicles of Crime, Underwater Cities, Brass Birmingham, Western Legends, Architects of the Western Kingdom, Rising Sun, and Everdale, and The Mind, and it went to Root.
Woohoo!
Woo! Boo!
For Game of the Year, which one would you have gone with?
Man, I don't know. I would probably have to pick Brass or Everdale, or even Rising Sun. Actually, I think Rising Sun probably.
I think Rising Sun came out really early in the year, and maybe that's
No, it's
well, it came out like late last year.
Root probably came out before,
or not late last year, but late the year before. So it was longer on the market and not so fresh.
Yeah, but I'm in those discussions.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty awesome. But I can see, it was discussed at length. So it wasn't like everybody's played this, but no one's played this kind of thing, for sure. It was a pretty deep discussion on which games should, and no one knows. It's just a discussion.
Right.
And so we all send in our personal, number, or you pick up the 3 for each category basically, and they take all the submissions, and depending on how many votes you have in each category gives it a weight, and they use a mathematical kind of a algorithm to generate the winner. Mm-hmm. So it's not like it was everybody's root and flips up signs.
And part of it is people's choice.
No, the People's Choice has nothing to do with this.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a People's Choice Awards thing, but it's separate.
Okay.
So anyway, yep, that's that. Pretty cool. I like going to Dice Tower Con. Too bad it has to. We need teleportation, people. That's what we need. So we don't have to fly and pay for crazy airline tickets.
Mm-hmm. So I heard it's also going to change venues for next year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's going to be at a Florida mall, and supposedly the mall's not the most kosher place to be. Anyway,
this sounds like a joke. Is this for real?
Yeah. Oh, that's what I heard. Anyway, it was on Board
Game
Geek.
At a mall?
Somewhere at a mall.
That sounds weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a mall that's sort of deserted and there's lots of space?
That I don't know, but it's at somewhere at a mall. I'm not sure where you would put a convention at a mall, but
yeah, maybe it's a dying mall, and so they have all these empty stores.
Room. Well, all you need is one. Yeah.
Is this like a random thread that you read?
I guess they used to do it in conjunction with a different person, so they're kind of splitting ways, and they're doing their own thing.
Maybe that's in the mall.
Well, they're doing their own thing, so they're moving venues.
Why would they have to move venues? That doesn't make sense. He doesn't own the resort that it's on.
I believe the other one is still going to go ongoing, just in a different name. So the Dice Tower, Dice Tower Con, as you know it, is still going to happen, and the new Dice Tower Con is going to happen as well in Orlando.
Interesting. Yeah, 3 days ago, what's this? On tabletopwire.com, there's an article. Dice Tower takes control of Dice Tower Con, will rebrand and move location. This is very new to me.
Yeah.
So according to this article on tabletopwire.com, the actual Dice Tower, have taken control of the Dice Tower Con, a Florida convention run since 2011 by Patrick Harvett. They will rebrand the convention Dice Tower East for 2020. Tom Vassell said on the company's YouTube channel that they have expanded in recent years to include other events such as Dice Tower West, the Retreat, the Cruise, and this was the only event they didn't have complete control over. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you, all that stuff. We're obviously heartbroken. Where's it going to be, people? Just tell me.
Some kind of Florida mall.
Yeah, right. Does it say that? The dates for Dice Tower East will remain during the 4th of July holiday. Vassell said the convention will stay in Orlando, Florida, but will move from the Crib Royale Resort to the Florida Hotel, which is near the Florida Mall. So it may not actually be in the mall. It just might be in the hotel.
I think you park at the mall.
Maybe.
This is what I heard anyway.
Well, I mean,
I don't know anything about the venue.
The convention's probably still going to be in the hotel, like in the conference rooms and stuff like that.
Sure.
That makes more sense.
I doubt it's going to be in some random, Claire's or something.
Something that closed down.
Yeah. It's like where all the Halloween Express pop-ups are.
These little kiosks.
All right, well, that's interesting, Eric. Thanks for noticing that.
Sure.
Matt, talk about the Walking Dead comic.
It's over.
You heard it here.
No, it's issue 193. And actually, they kept it under wraps pretty good. I think it was the day before the comic came out was the first time anyone heard about it. So
they didn't even know that that issue was done, or they still have a couple of issues to go.
The last issue was being mailed out, I think, and that's when people found out.
And be like,
really?
Yes.
This is the end all.
Because when we heard about it, we got our issue the next day.
They're like, guys, end it before the. It's interesting because I'm pretty sure he said that they were going to keep Rick alive for the first 200 issues or something. He actually stated that in the very beginning, which
so they didn't get to 200.
It didn't get to 200, right? It's like, guys, the TV show's doing terrible. Let's end the comic on a high note.
Yeah.
Have you been reading it at all, or
I'm behind probably 70 issues.
70.
Yeah, I've got a pretty good stock next to the.
Do you spoil it for yourself, or do you?
No, I try to read. I'm not I have no idea what's going on right now.
Okay,
so
cool.
I have not read anything about it.
Oh, maybe if you find out or finish reading it and stuff, report back.
Yeah, because I need to read them so I can pack them up and get them, put in storage. So
They're probably quick reads, right?
Get on that. Yeah, they're quick.
That's cool.
You still watching the shows?
We do not watch Fear the Walking Dead. We'll watch Walking Dead when it comes back on.
Okay. I actually heard the Fear of the Walking Dead, at least the newer seasons, are pretty decent.
The trailers look so cheesy.
Well, I will say, because they're just now starting or a couple episodes in of this season, and we started watching last season, it was better.
Okay.
Because they brought in a lot new cast. And it was better. I will give it that, but we just didn't keep up with it. I think our DVR wasn't set to record them, and we missed a couple episodes and just kind of gave up at that point.
Oh, gotcha.
But it was better. I can't say that.
So I'll say that anytime I see anything like on Facebook on Walking Dead, people are like, they should just end it. I'm not looking forward to it, or it sucks, or whatever. But whenever I see something about the Fear of the Walking Dead, people have more positive things to say.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
And what about Monopoly Overwatch Edition?
Okay, so I went to a GameStop with the kids and overheard this being talked about on that little news program they always have playing in GameStop. Mm-hmm. There's a Monopoly Overwatch Edition. It does not play like Monopoly though. You evidently draft your people.
Oh,
so
that's interesting.
It's essentially it is a board game. It is not a Monopoly.
They didn't drop
style.
this thing. It's Risk Star Wars.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's
It's completely different.
It's actually good. Disassociate yourself.
Yeah. So, and it sounds like it's area control or something maybe. So it's
but they're actually calling it.
It is called Monopoly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
it is called Monopoly.
Are you buying hotels? And
I don't know any more about the gameplay.
I'm sure it has some small aspect of Monopoly in it, and that's why they have Monopoly in it, just to...
I think it comes with miniatures, though. It's going to have miniatures from Overwatch.
Monopoly comes with miniatures.
Yeah. So,
little dog.
I don't know.
And a top hat.
I just
car.
I just found it interesting. Some I heard.
That's actually, it sounds cool now that you've explained it. I just thought it was going to be Overwatchopoly.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not like a themed Monopoly with Overwatch. It is a completely different game. The reviews I've been reading about it are actually, people are saying it's surprisingly decent.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, maybe I have to try it out then.
Yeah.
So
I liked Overwatch for about 4 seconds, and then I hated it.
Did you ever play that Star Wars Risk?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I actually thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it could probably... I got the deluxe version, and it could be a little bit more deluxe than that.
Deluxe. Yeah.
It's essentially Queen's Gambit, though, right?
Close? No, but the idea of it, where you've got these 3 different battles going on at once, so you're fighting multiple fronts.
Right.
Yes. It plays nothing like... Well, I don't know. I've never played Queen's Gambit, but I did read the rules a while back.
I heard it's a lighter version.
Yes, that's the best way to say it.
Okay.
It's not going to give you it's not scratching your itch of Queen's Gambit.
No, because that's a pretty massive game.
It's big. It has a lot of stuff going on, but the idea is kind of there. It's just each one is slimmed down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Streamlined for
the general audience.
Marketable sale.
And they slapped Risk on it. Just
Game of Thrones Risk was good too.
We'll get
Was
both
it really?
of them
Yeah,
with this.
Huh.
Not bad.
I mean, that's pretty much the Game of Thrones board game.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Oh, okay.
It really is.
All right, well, let's plug some Humble Bundle real quick before we talk about some games. If you're interested in supporting the show and getting some fantastic games, let me talk about Humble Bundle. So we are a partner with, or not really a partner, we just get kicked back for talking about Humble Bundle, and I really like Humble Bundle, so this works out in both ways, because I'm not doing anything on this show I don't like. I'm not going to sponsor Dollar Shave Club ads.
Henry's Razors.
Yeah. So anyway, if you go to MeepleCore.com, click on our Humble Bundle partner link in the middle in orange, it's going to redirect you to Humble Bundle. If you buy a bundle of games, these are digital video games or books or software, etc., we'll get a little bit of a kickback. It costs you nothing extra. And on top of that, you're supporting charity and getting lots of cool games. But this month, dude, it's $12 to subscribe to Humble Bundle monthly. And they have Surviving Mars, which I've never played or don't know much about, but I know that it's doing phenomenal. But even more so, you get Kingdom Come Deliverance. So if you like Skyrim and games like that, and you want to live like you were actually in the medieval period, this is the game for you. And for $12 for these 2 games, at least right now, eventually once the bundle for the month ends, it'll show you the other 6 games that they include, basically, or 4 to 6 games, I think. So you'll get other games, but basically I always go into it thinking these are the 2 games I'm getting and everything else is just icing on the cake. This is awesome. $12 for this is phenomenal. They have other stuff going on right now. They have a PlayStation bundle with a bunch of PlayStation indie games. Like, oh man, I can't even think of it now that I think about it. But anyway, just check it out. There's a bunch of different bundles on humblebundle.com, but just be sure to click on our Humble Bundle partner link on MeepleCore.com. So in this episode, we have 3 games we're going to talk about. We've got Arraial, One Key, and Heaven and Ale. So first up is Arraial.
Designed by Nuno Bizarro Santiro and Paulo Soledade. Artist is Nuno Saraiva, and published by MEBO Games. Is that who y'all played?
MEBO, but at Pandasaurus, yeah.
Pandasaurus, that's the plus
one. I think
one.
It's localizing.
I love these plus ones on here. Okay.
So Arraial is basically the name given to traditional Portuguese summer celebration during which people take to the streets, eating, drinking, having fun in the old neighborhoods that are blocked by arches, colorful balloons, popular music, and the aurora of sweet basil. It's Tetris. So,
and I completely got that from the picture on the front of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's Tetris with a theme on it, for lack of a better description. But obviously, they can't use the word Tetris. But it is Tetris. It does some things differently, though. And I know there's a ton of Tetramino games out there. Was it Tetramino? What is it? What's the actual word? Tetramino?
Ooh. Yeah.
Tetramino. That's what I'm saying.
We make up our own words.
It's actually a word. I just don't know if it's pronounced right.
Okay.
Anyway, each person has basically a Tetris board in front of them. And it's going to attach to one of the 4 sides of the board in the middle, which has a rotating disc that you put cards on. These cards represent the different pieces of the different type of Tetris blocks that are going to fall your way. And what you're trying to do is, much like in Tetris, grab as pieces fall, you want to put them at the bottom and kind of organize them properly so that you complete rows. But more so in this game, you also want to complete or connect colors with another. So there's 4 different color blocks, and you want to get them connected to each other, because if you do, you actually get these visitor meeples of the celebration of whatever is going on. But basically, if you get 2 blues next to each other, you get a blue meeple. If you have the most blues connected to each other, you also get the couple meeple, which is worth 2 points. And if somebody else gets more blues than you, they'll steal that couple meeple, so that the couple meeple of each color is going to swap hands as the game goes along. On your turn, you have 3 actions that you can possibly take. And basically, the first action must be to take one of the pieces and drop it on your board. The other 2 actions that you can do is take other pieces, or you can also rotate the board in the middle. And what's neat about this is the board in the middle has 3 cards on it, 3 different pieces. And when you rotate it, it rotates all 3 pieces, but not just for you, but all the other players. Because when they drop a piece, it's according to the perspective their board has with the one in the middle. So for instance, if there is a 4 solid line, like the 4 long, the best piece in Tetris, if it's out there and it's up and down and I drop it, it's going to stand up as it goes down my board. But if George is to my left and I don't rotate anything, it's going to fall flat for him, like laying down, because the perspective is different for him than it is for me.
Right. I'm 90 degrees to you.
Correct. So the idea, we'll get back to the strategy afterwards. But anyway, so on your turn, you have to at least drop 1 piece. And just like Tetris, you take the piece, you assign it to where you want at the top of the board, and it just basically goes all the way down your board. When it lands, then you can shift it left or right if you would like. But you can't rotate it anymore once you take that piece, unlike in Tetris where you can rotate it as it falls. You have to do at least 1 action, which is to take a piece. The other 2 actions are optional, to either drop more pieces or to rotate the board. At the end of your turn, you're going to refill the board in the middle that has these cards with pieces on them with 3 other with up to 3 other cards, rather, because there's only 3 on the board. There's 3 on display off to the left, and then there's a deck that you're going to draw more cards from. So you'll fill up the main board with the cards that you want to put there that are on display, obviously thinking about the next player and what you might be giving them opportunities to get. And then you'll refill the cards that were on display that you took. So there's always going to be 3 on the board and 3 face up off the board that are ready to fill the gaps. Then the next player will go, they'll take their turn, etc., until the deck of cards runs out. That's the end of round 1. You'll do the same thing again. That's the end of round 2. You'll do the same thing again during round 3. The only other difference is that you must drop at least 2 pieces, but you can take up to a 3rd action if you would like. Like I said earlier, when you connect 2 pieces of the same color, they're going to give you a blue meeple, red meeple, yellow meeple, green meeple. If you have the most, it's going to give you a couple meeple. But if you complete a row, it's actually going to give you a white meeple. And unlike Tetris, we can't saw the pieces off in half at the bottom and just drop your whole puzzle down. So instead, they have this ceiling tile that kind of goes on your board above. And as you complete rows, the ceiling rises. So it gives the illusion that your board is getting longer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can't just destroy the tiles and chop off a row, but you get a white meeple. And at any time during the game, and also at the end of each round, actually, at the end of each round, the ceiling will drop by 2 spaces. But during the game, if during that end of the round thing, it drops onto one of your tiles, or when you place a tile, it overlaps with your ceiling. You lose your ceiling, you lose all white meeples on it, and you can no longer gain meeples for completing rows. So it's very detrimental. Anyway, at the end of the game, after the third time you go through the deck, basically, you count up all the meeples that you have of all the different colors and the white meeples, and whoever has the most ties. Now, whoever has the most is actually the winner. But that was cynical because for some reason we had 1 billion ties. Anyway, Matt, did you check anything out about this one?
Yes.
All right. What'd you think without us talking?
I mean, it looks like Tetris.
It looks like Tetris.
Yeah, it looks like Tetris. I mean, as far as the gameplay, I guess you'd probably actually have to play it and to get the scoring and all that. Just watching a video of how it gets played and all that. But I mean,
there's a gnat in the air. I got it.
It's interesting just because it does. I think it's a more like Tetris than any other game I've ever seen, though. Where a lot of times it's like, yeah, you're putting
blocks,
things that kind of look like Tetris pieces, but this is like got the whole like it's dropping and. Probably the closer feel than I've seen. So
yeah, I agree.
Real quick, I will note that this is a review copy that was provided by the publisher, so we did not purchase this. So take our comments with a grain of salt, but we speak our opinion anyway. Go ahead, Eric.
Anyway, I was going to say that I would say this mimics Tetris. If you like Tetris, this game probably mimics it the best among the games I've played, where you're doing something with Tetris pieces to, figure out a puzzle, but this one you actually drop and move. Not exactly like Tetris, but, pretty close.
It's close enough. And I heard that Bricks, I think, by Stronghold Games, it's a roll and write, is maybe a little closer, or some people say they like it better, and it's more closer to Tetris. This is pretty close to Tetris, minus a couple of things, but then you add a couple of things. So it's really close. If you're good at Tetris, it doesn't mean that you're going to be amazing at this, but you're already going to understand the flow.
Right.
And that's pretty important.
If you know Tetris, you basically know how to play the game.
Yeah, you know how to play this. Right. Let me tell you how you score differently. Right. It's pretty much what it is.
Now one thing I was worried about with gameplay is the AP that would be involved, because even though you're worried about your board, is how you're turning that thing and worrying about everybody else. I don't know if that became a problem.
I'll say the foremost, you kind of worry about yourself if you have these extra actions, because you don't have to use all your actions. So if that extra action to turn that would mess up placement for your opponent to your left, then you might want to do that.
So let's talk about that real quick, unless you had something you want to add in, which are probably going to be the exact what we're talking about.
No, I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but I have more of a negative view of the game than you guys. Like, yes, it is Tetris, but I think Arraial is maybe the Portuguese word for meh.
Yeah.
Because the thing about Tetris is it gets faster as you go, and it's more exciting as you play. Mm-hmm. And with this, it's just the same. It's just the same.
No, the only thing that would change is you have more...
the third round, you do have to drop fear. 2 pieces, so... Yeah. That simulates the speed, I guess.
They needed to do more with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe like ramp it up each round instead. I think it's supposed to be a lighter game, I guess. But I don't know. I guess what we were going to talk about, I totally forgot. I was going to.
You were probably going to talk about, you're turning the wheel for your person on your left.
Right. So let's talk about that real quick, because this game. And I just realized that on Board Game Geek, people have said that it's best with 2 players. I would totally agree with that. Specifically because you are in direct competition with the person to your left. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, you're in competition with everyone to get points or whatever, but there's really nothing the person across to you. Like, if you're sitting where we're at, I don't care what Matt's doing. I can't do anything.
You can only affect the person to your left. You can't really affect everybody else.
Yep.
Which I think is good and bad. It's good if everyone's pretty much equally skilled or decent at games. If you have younger players or people who just don't like puzzles very much, they're going to feed the person to the left, I think, a little bit more. And it's not a guaranteed like win or anything, but at the same time, they're going to have an easier like road to victory.
Right.
Because they're not going to have anybody messing with them. It's just whether or not what they get is good or bad or how they place it. You know, so if you got somebody who's really like vindictive and they're sitting to your right, they're like, you're never getting any pieces you need. But that should be the idea behind all players. I'm just saying that depending on the player's skill level, and the reason that is because when you pick pieces off the board to get for you, you get to fill them with the other 3 that are available. And so I might look at George and be like, he needs a blue. So, and there's a red, a blue, and a yellow. He's not getting that blue. You know, so I'm going to give him that red. Or I'm going to give him the piece that I know, like,
would benefit him the most.
Right. Say he has all flat area. I'm going to give him like the T because, you know, I mean, I guess you could land that flat, but if I spin it right, he can't because it might take you, because you always have to rotate to turn the pieces. You always have to rotate clockwise. And if it's in the right position, it takes all 3 actions to spin that thing back to be in flat or spin it to be in, you know, where you want. You can't just rotate counterclockwise once as an action to get it to be flat or to fill in the gap that you're going for. So you really can. I don't know. How impactful do you think that could be?
I think it's very impactful. I think in the game that we were playing, that was happening because I was making it very difficult for you.
Yes.
Every time. and then Kat was to my right and she was giving me a pretty easy time of it.
She was more focused on understanding the game and flow. Like, I don't know how much Tetris she's actually played.
I don't think very much.
Yeah, so I think she was trying to ramp up to what, you know, we just instantly go like, Tetris, bam. You know, we already know what to do. My problem was you don't go for Tetrises. I was going for Tetrises, so I lined it up to where I needed a 4 long, and I'm like, that was not smart. Because I'm never going to get a 4 long from George. Right? And even so, you don't actually get a Tetris out of it. You just get 4 completed lines. So
which is really good. I mean, that gives you 4 points.
Yeah. But I should have completed them as it went.
Yeah, you'll never get it. Right.
That's the biggest thing. I wouldn't say I didn't like that because I do like it. It would be just better, I think, with 2 players or equally skilled people.
Sure.
Yeah.
The only thing I did not like about the game actually is the terrible tiebreaker.
Right.
Agreed.
Yeah. Whoever sits farthest from the start player.
Which to one part, that makes sense. You know, whoever is furthest out might not get a last turn, but actually that might be a benefit in this game. Where if you're battling that line, that white line, or the ceiling, you might not want to go again because, you know, in the last stage or level, you have to drop 2 pieces. So depending on which 2 pieces are available to you, you might not be able to make that happen.
Because that might have busted you.
Right. And if you bust in this game, you basically lost. Right.
Yeah.
You lost. You're just in the game and you're playing still, but you're not in contention.
It's such a huge loss of points when you bust. You're just out.
So I think our scores were like 14. You might have like 5 white meeples. So yeah, if you don't get that, if you don't keep your line, you know.
And there was 3 ties. The ties are happening. I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but it seems like ties are a lot. You know, when you
play, be a pretty tight.
Yeah, when you're playing a game where everyone's kind of doing the same thing, you're going to end up around the same points anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. It just felt like there was too many ties, and that's fine. If there's ties, that's great.
Yeah, but too many ties for something like furthest out from the first player to
give you control over the tiebreaker.
Right.
Like maybe whoever does have the most white meeples wins.
Exactly.
You know, they probably do anyway, but at the same time, it would give a benefit to going after completed lines because that's what you should be doing. Or maybe even whoever has the most couple meeples because that's huge.
Right.
I don't know. Something other than whoever went last.
I agree.
I mean, that's just meh.
Yeah. I think there's going to be replayability issues with it. The ties will keep happening. The game will be the same every time. Basically, it's slow Tetris, and it's just not.
Tetris.
At least it's faithful to being Tetris every time.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I mean,
that's
Tetris is basically the same game every time you play it.
Well, and they only have 4 actual pieces, 4 kinds of pieces. How many does Tetris have?
Well, so you have the square, you have the T, you have the L shape both sides, which is in this game. You have.
So there's 8 pieces.
Because
each color has 2 different.
The long.
Right. 2 different Tetris pieces.
Yeah.
Per
There's
color.
8. So it has them all.
Okay.
The only other thing I'll say is I actually think it was pretty clever with the ceiling bar and how it rose as you completed lines. I thought that was really nice.
Yeah.
I like that. So anyway, that's all I've got about the game. What about you?
I would like it if it was more impactful with the ceiling bar and it wasn't just, oh, you hit the ceiling, you lose. But
Pretty much.
You hit the ceiling, okay, you lose a little bit and now you start over, something else.
I almost wish it was a little bit more, felt more like, oh gosh, that ceiling tile is really close. I mean, because if you're doing really well, it's almost like you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
It'd be cool you could do stuff like instead of completing lines and gaining meeples, it pushes everybody else's ceiling down. You know what I mean? Or if you get a Tetris, it pushes everybody else's ceiling down.
Yeah.
Boom.
Or it could be related. It could be related to the number of white meeples that you have as far as how many pieces you have to drop. So it speeds up like actual Tetris. The better you do, the faster the pieces come.
Hey, there you go. Just start higher.
But the point is, like the fear level, it would have been cool if it rose a little faster throughout the rounds. I never really felt fearful that I was going to lose my bar, except for like the last couple of actual turns in the game.
Right.
That last round I thought was going to be a little bit crazy. Yeah,
Right.
It was probably more of like family weight. This is awesome. I think it really hit the mark on there. I think maybe I was looking for like a little bit more. Like it would be cool to see like an expansion that took this to a gamer level and had a lot of cool interactions where you can save pieces like you can in Tetris and then pop them back out later and all kinds of neat things.
What if you could drop pieces on other people's boards, but only if you could finish a line by doing so, and then you got to steal one of their white meeples?
Oh, that'd be kind of neat.
That'd be different.
But going back to the thing where you directly interact with the person on the left, I completely forgot to add in the optional rule I think could fix that, especially in a family setting, is instead of you getting to fill in the middle section with the pieces that are available, you just do it in whatever's next. As the cards come out, the one closest to the board gets filled in, and then the next one, rather than, oh, I'm going to pick that one back here because it's going to mess up the person next to me worse.
Right.
That would be cool.
What do you guys think about the art?
I was going to go there. The theme, art, whatever.
Yeah.
The theme is
Non-existent?
not really there. It's not.
Nope.
I didn't feel like I was at a street fair.
No.
The art is kind of wonky and not particularly alluring for me, but it's nice that there is art, I guess. It's,
it's definitely unique.
I would actually like just basic Tetris art better for myself. I hate the art.
That's fair. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know much about publishing a abstract type game. I wonder if this sells better because it has some sort of theme and art attached to it, or if it would sell better if it was just a bunch of red blocks. And
probably with better for me anyway. Slapping a different theme on it or different artwork would help it.
It would be cool if it looked like Blocus, where it's like those translucent pieces, and you actually had like a 3D plastic tray instead.
Oh yeah.
Basically, you were maybe that's how they avoided the copyright. No, if we make it too much like Tetris, guys.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I like the theme. I like the idea of, okay, it's a block party and you're trying to get people together. And I mean, that's a nice idea.
It's a block party. Did it not say that on the description?
Does it?
Traditional summer, blah, 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 the streets. It should have called a block party.
Missed opportunity right there.
All right, the theme's awesome. Mine changed.
It's just that particular style of art isn't my thing, but I like that they tried, I guess.
That's cool. Well, final thoughts for me is I liked it. I like it. I think it will probably have a limited play for me. But I am interested in probably playing it more as a 2-player game than I am as a 4-player game.
Meh.
I feel the same way. It was kind of meh for me.
Matt?
I wouldn't mind giving it a try.
Cool. Well, that is Arraial. Next up is One Key.
Designed by L'Atelier. It's the best I can do.
Sounds good.
Artist is Javier Guinefy Duran and published by Libellud.
Fair enough. So One Key is basically, according to the internet, and every single comment I read, Mysterium meets Dixit. I mean, that's literally everybody's description. I went to the comments because I like to see what other people say about games. And the comments like, Mysterium meets Dixit. Mysterium meets Dixit. Oh, it's kind of like Mysterium.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's quick Mysterium.
It is,
with a little code name sprinkled in there.
That's fair. That is true. So basically, you have this huge deck of cards. Think Dixit, not that style artwork, but the idea that there's a lot of random things going on. And you're going to throw 11 of those out on the table. One person, it's a fully co-op game, by the way. So one person's going to be the leader. All the other players are travelers, but they are working together to try to find out which card of those 11 that the leader has picked as the key, the one key. Now, he can't talk or say anything to you, so he has to give you clues in order to get you on the right path. The way he does that is they're going to have a screen that they're going to put stuff behind. But for the first round, what happens is he's going to flip over the top card of the deck, and he's going to put it on one of 3 cards. These cards are going to show if it has a weak link towards the key, basically how he feels this card matches the artwork on that card, or the idea, the theme, the colors, anything. And then, or he could put it on the yellow card, which means, it's kind of hard to determine, or on the green card, and it says it has a strong link with the key that I selected.
Right, and the weak link was the red card.
Yes, correct. This is the red card. So then players have 3 minutes, and this is all simultaneously happening. So the 3 minutes for the travelers, they're going to talk and discuss and kind of organize the 11 cards on the table, how they want underneath the green card, the yellow card, and the red card to say, we want to keep these, but these are okay to cut based on the information we have. While they're doing that, the leader is got this screen. He's going to pull 3 new cards off the deck and put them on the screen. And then he has chips, like tokens, that represent these red, yellow, green stuff. And he's going to put them face down in front of all 3 of those, 1 per card, to say, well, maybe this one, if they pick it, it has a red. This one maybe has a red. This one's a yellow, or whatever. Then they wait around until both parties are ready. And then at the end of each round, the team has to, not the leader, but the travelers have to kill off certain amount of cards, basically 1 for the round number. So 1 the first round, 2 the second round, 3 the third round, 4 the fourth round, and then you have 1 card left, because that would be 10 cards in total, and then that last card needs to be the key or you lose.
And each round has a hard limit of 3 minutes.
Yes, it has a hard limit of 3 minutes. You can only discuss for 3 minutes, and you have to make that decision. At the end of all that, basically the leader will turn the board around, the screen around, and have you pick one of those new cards. You discuss as a team, you pick a card, and then you get the token associated with it, because you don't get to see if it's a green, yellow, or red. Obviously, that would give away too much. So you take the card, you get the token, and now you're like, oh, this is a green. That's awesome. So let's put it on the green card, and then you start it over again, and then you play 4 rounds. If at any point during a round, they kill off the card that's the key, they lose, or everyone loses. Otherwise, you go on to the next round. The only other thing I would mention is there's a ticket, which is basically like a golden ticket, I guess, where during the selection of the 3 cards of the screen that the players are picking from the leader, you can spend that ticket to get a second card, because maybe you're like, I don't really like any of those. Well, let's just get 2 of them. Or maybe you're like, wow, both of these might have something to do based on the information we've gotten previously. So you might get 2 of those just to kind of make sure that you're getting a lot of information. And then at the end of the game, if they pick the right key, they win, or anytime they've discarded it, they immediately lose, or everyone immediately loses. So that's 1 key. George, this is yours. So let's start with you.
I chose this game because it's charming. It's super fun. It's 12 minutes. It's very well paced because everyone's doing something all the time. I like the interactivity. I like the cooperative nature. I like the fact that there's discussion going on. It really is like a very fast Mysterium meets Dixit, and those are games that I love. So this one is one that I've played with a lot of groups, from non-gamers to veteran gamers, and everybody gets it really quickly. It's super easy to teach, and it just goes very smoothly, and I love it.
Eric, what about you?
I wish there was a little bit more theme in the game. I think I read through the rule book, and it was like 1 line. You're trying to find the key. So, slap a better theme on it, give it a little bit more of a backstory. I think that would help out a little bit. The game was okay for me. I don't know that I like the cards being cut out. I think for me,
I didn't like that either. So I don't know, Matt, did you check in this?
Yeah, I saw the picture. So it's pretty much
yeah, it's like picture like the artwork on the card, and then you cut the card out around it like the silhouette. Mm-hmm. So every card is a different shape.
I would imagine, I don't have the game, but I imagine it makes it harder to store it and put it back and get the cards together and all that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. you feel like you don't want to, bend the cards or mess them up, and you try to get them, just into a loose pile, and they fit into this round thing in the box, but they do fit. So
yeah, but like some of their arms are sticking out because like what I will say about the artwork is it's a bunch of miniature things with miniature things. So it's like I don't know, like a crazy animal. It's a crazy animal running across like a tube of toothpaste.
Yeah, or riding on something,
but it's all miniature stuff. It's like they take everything and miniaturize it. Like one was like what was it? Like a farm or something, but it was on the top of a sponge. Like those sponges that have like the green side and the yellow side.
Yeah.
And all the art's like that. So it's all like a bunch of miniature style artwork. But like the arm or a chimney might stick up and it's cut out around that. So you're right. Like there's a whole bunch of things that can just bend really easily.
Yeah, that is disappointing. I wish they would have just made them great big round cards or something.
Round cards would have been awesome. That's exactly what I thought.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it was okay for me. It's definitely a filler level game. You're going to play it multiple times. You might have everybody, how we did is have everybody play the leader once kind of thing. So you're either going to win or lose. So it is a fast game. And in that retrospect, I did like it. But for me, it kind of felt a little flat. I'd rather play something like Mysterium or something else.
Matt, what did you think? Have you checked this one?
I mean, the artwork looks very pretty.
Yeah.
It is kind of weird to see that with everything out, like you said, it's all cut out. So it's not a bunch of cards. It's like a bunch of things.
Yeah.
But I mean, it sounds interesting. I mean, I like Mysterium. I like Dixit, I guess. And if it's kind of the mashed together, with it sounding the pace is fast, that, sounds a little bit more appealing too. So
yeah, I thought it was awesome. It's like super good. Although you could pretty much just own Dixit and play this game. You just use the Dixit cards and then like mock up a couple like tokens to assign to the cards. You don't really have to have this game, although obviously always support the publisher if you can. Mm-hmm. But if you wanted to try it out, it's easily done if you have a game like Dixit.
Right. Yeah.
And like the cool thing about it is it's funny because alpha gamers are real. Right. Alpha gamers try to take over this game. And alpha gamers may not actually steer you in the right direction because they have just as much clue as you do.
Right.
Because they might interpret a clue differently. Like we tend to really focus on colors a lot.
Which, might be way off left field. And that's one of the things, that I didn't like as much. And it is going to be pretty common in these types of games. But, the person that's the leader, they might just focus on one little bitty thing on the card. It has a girl in it, or she has blonde hair and the mop is blonde or whatever.
Yeah.
So you focus on one little thing and maybe, your other players aren't going to think in the same way. So it is a game that definitely helps if you think a lot, think alike. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
But let's talk about how we made it better by adding a trader. Because adding a trader makes every game better.
And it was so much better.
Dude, it was so much fun.
That did help it for me.
Yeah. So we basically took a deck of playing cards and made one card like the Joker and then enough cards to fill up the rest. Passed them all out.
Plus one.
Obviously the leader. Yeah, plus one. Obviously the leader won't get a card because they can't be a traitor. That would be pointless. But one person becomes the traitor, but not even the leader knows who it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what was interesting is when the time it came and I was the leader and I was doing everything, Eric's like saying all this, absolutely valued, like everything he said was correct. I'm like, this is all Eric gets it. I'm just thinking, listen to Eric.
Right.
Then it ends and he was the traitor. And he had literally threw them off by telling them all correct stuff. Not that you actually knew it was correct, but I think you read me pretty well.
Right. Yeah. Playing the traitor where the traitor doesn't know the card either. And that just makes it really funny too.
Yeah. I would say, for me, like the base game, it was okay for me, but adding that traitor element, did, made it that much more better and entertaining.
Yeah. Cause the game has a little bit of arguing, but this arguing gets kind of out of hand to a fun degree.
We've only got 3 minutes to argue. So.
Right.
You must be the traitor. Stop talking. that doesn't even make any sense.
Right.
But you can't really harp on it too much because you're right. You only have 3 minutes to make a decision. So it was a fun variant.
Absolutely.
Even though we end up playing it more as with the traitor than we actually did the base game. Yeah. So
the game comes with a completely unnecessary app that we didn't even use. We just used a 3-minute timer. And I I don't know. I went back and I looked at the app, and the app has the 4 rounds, and each of the rounds uses classical music as you're playing.
As a background music.
But it's things like the Nutcracker Suite and
turn that down.
the Charge of the Light Cavalry, that kind of like Cavalry Overture and that kind of stuff, where it's pretty exciting for classical music, right? But I don't know that it really fits. Like, I don't know that it builds to the level.
It almost doesn't make sense to have that style of music, or at least those songs.
Yeah,
right.
It's more like circus music to me. It's like.
Well, I guess it kind of fits because all the artwork are like these really miniature, weird stuff.
Yeah. The artwork is very bright and funny. There's a lot of funny.
There's a lot of funny, pieces. Like he's using like a rake as a sword or something.
There's just all this really creative stuff. What the game really needs is, just like Dixit, a whole bunch more art, a whole bunch more cards.
No, that's fair.
Because we've already seen, the cards.
The cards.
Yeah, we saw them multiple times. I mean, it's still a decent amount, but yeah, you go through them because you use 11 plus 1, so 12, and then 13, 14, 15, at least 16 cards each time. There's only 60 or something, or 70.
Yeah, something like that. They need several more packs of it.
Yeah. That'd be cool. The app does have this cool little thing where each team can click the button to show that they're finished.
Yes.
I don't think it's necessary, but it is neat that it's in the app. So yeah, it's probably not necessary, but it's free.
Yeah, definitely not.
Whatever. Anything else? Well, how did you feel about it? Did you like? Well, we already talked about it, I guess.
Yeah. So for me, it was okay. Base game. Add a trader variant. It made it better.
Yeah, I really did like the trader variant. It was just silly and fun.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Especially at the end, whenever somebody reveals who they are, and then you really deconstruct all their logic through the whole game.
Right.
Like, you jerk. So.
Yeah, really good.
Anything else? Cool. That is one key. And the final game on this episode is Heaven and Ale.
Designed by Michael Kiesling and Andreas Schmidt. Artist is Christian Fior, and published by Eggertspiele.
This game is about mechanics. I mean, there's a theme.
No, there's not.
The theme is not strong with this one. That is the incorrect quote. More on that when we play. We need to talk. Anyway, in Heaven and Ale, it has some theme about you're trying to make God's best beer or something. I don't really know. You have been assigned to lead an ancient monastery and its brewery. Now it's your time to brew the best beer under God's blue sky. You don't get that feeling at all. But what you do get is tons of awesome mechanisms. So here's how Heaven and Ale plays. I won't go through all the rules, but I'll give you a general sense of how it works. The idea in the game is to score as many points as possible. The scoring is a game in itself, but we'll talk about that at the end. There's a rondelle style board in the middle that all players are going to, basically like in Francis Drake, you're going to take your piece and go as far as you want and then stop and then take whatever's on that space, but you don't get to go backward. So anything that you passed up, you got there first, but you may have jumped past a whole lot of stuff, and then everybody's going to kind of pick up your breadcrumbs behind you, and that might be more valuable. Who knows? So you go, and then in turn order, you keep moving your pieces. Eventually, all the players are going to get all the way back around to the start/finish line, which has a couple of different spaces to get like little benefits, or the space to take first player. Because unlike the other games, whoever's in the last place moves first. It's always in turn order. Now, what you're actually trying to collect, there's 4 different spaces on this rondelle. The first space the first type of space is these resource markers that have what's called a fertility rating, which is basically a number 1 to 5. And you're going to put it on your board, your player board that's in front of you. Your player board basically has 2 sections. You have a left and a right section. The left section's like a dark section. The right section is a light section. This is kind of where you're planting these plants, I guess. I don't really know what you're actually trying to do.
Yeah, this made no sense.
Yeah, but it's in the shaded area or it's in the brightened area. And when you place them there, if you place them in the dark area, it costs the value of the number, so 3. If you place it in the bright area, it costs double the amount of money. And the reason is because when you activate tiles, you're going to get either money, which is in the shaded area, or you're going to get to move up one of your 5 resource tokens on this track if it was activated when it's in the brighter area. So that's why it costs double, is because it's actually scoring you points, whereas the other area is just going to constantly score you money. And money is not, it's good, but it's not as useful at the end of the game.
Maybe it was like your evil fields and your holy fields.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, you run around, you collect these things. Now, The second type of thing you can collect are monk tokens. And when you place monk tokens, they take up a spot. And depending on where you pick it up on the rondel, the earlier ones cost more than the later ones. They don't have an actual cost themselves, but you can put those on your board as well. Now, what you're actually doing is surrounding these spots on your field that are called sheds. And if the shed is totally surrounded, you actually get to pick one of the sheds based on a chart. So you count up all the fertility numbers of the stuff surrounding it, and it's going to tell you if you get to place the 1, 2, 3, or 4 shed, and how far you get to move your brewmaster, which is the 6th thing that you're going to be moving up on the track. And they basically, Matt looks bored. It's necessary to talk about this. I didn't want to really go that deep into it, but since the game basically has no theme, it's hard to describe the game without talking about the mechanics. So it's almost done.
And there's a lot of mechanics.
That's all you got.
Yeah.
It's almost done. Anyway, when you get a shed, this is how you activate your tiles next to it. So you place the shed and you get to activate 1, 2, 3, or 4 tiles next to it. So if you activate a tile that's on the dark side, we're going to call it that.
Yeah.
You get money. And if you activate a tile that's on the light side, you get to move up your resource tile of the color of the ship it was. So if you place it next to wheat, you get to move up the white one or whatever. Anyway.
And the amount of activations that you get, the number of your shed, is dependent on the total that is all the way around your shed, the total of those fertility points.
And so the trade-off is if you have a low fertility rating around a shed when it's completed or created, then you get to move your brewmaster really far. If you have a lot of numbers and it's really high, your brewmaster barely moves, but you get to activate all these tiles. If you activate a monk, the monk will activate every single tile adjacent to it. That's the benefit of the monk. He's awesome. There's 4 different types of monks. The last 2 types of spaces you can go on. One is it's a scoring marker. So you get to pick up the disc that's on that spot, and you have like all these different scoring things on the side of your board that you can put the marker on. Each one can only be scored once, and it's basically all 5 of the resources, all 4 of the different types of monks, and one other spot that basically is an X. You choose a number, and then like say 3, all the tiles on your board, no matter the color, activate that are a 3. Otherwise, if you score like your wheat, you'll activate all your white tokens. If you score your barley, it's all your blue ones or whatever they are.
Yes, and the word score is a little bit confusing because you're not actually getting any points. You're either getting money or you're getting to move up on these tracks. That's what you
actually just activate all those tiles basically. And if you do two that are next to each other, you got these 5 cards that you start the game with. When you get 2 scoring spots together, you get to put a card down and it gives you a benefit. Or you can burn those throughout the game for extra money, almost like loans, but you don't get the card back. So it's kind of like that give and take, Anyway, the last thing is you can land on a space that will score you goals. There's all these like barrels. There's big ones and small ones, which are basically first and second place of all these 12 different scoring things or game goals. So it might be like, have so many of this tile, have so many of that tile, have these resources so far up, etc. When you land on one of those spaces, you get to take all the goals that you actually meet. You can only collect either the first place or the second place of each one. Anyway, the last thing I'll talk about is the way scoring works. At the end, after you go through so many of the rondels, for 2 players, you play through 3. For 3 players, you play through 4. And then for 4 players, you play through it 6 times. And at the end of the game, the way the scoring works is there's a huge track on your board. You're trying to move up 6 tokens, 5 that are resources, 1 that's your brewmaster. Your brewmaster, as it moves up, is going to be in a section. And this section is going to be how you score. It's going to give you a conversion rate and a multiplier. It's like math.
Yes.
Matt, you following along?
Yeah, you got all this.
Yes.
All right, cool. What happens is you get to do your conversion rate. So say you got a 3-to-1 conversion. You get to move down because your score is only equal to whatever
The
resource
lowest.
tile is the lowest.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to kind of convert all your stuff you have a lot of and raise the stuff you don't have a lot of. So you might be able to lower your blue token by 3 to move up your brown token by 1. Then you move up or you lower your blue token again by 3 to move your brown up 1. You keep doing that and that and that and that and that until everything kind of equalizes or normalizes to where you can't move anything anymore. And then whatever the lowest value number you have on the track, say 7, you get your modifier, which might be times 3. So now you got 21 points. You also get 4 points for every first place goal, 2 points for every second place goal. Excuse me. And there's a couple of little other things, but that's generally the idea. Now I've talked for like 10 minutes.
Yep.
What would you think about this, George?
Oh man, this game is one of those games that is really well designed. It's so solid. It's probably an excellent game that is just so dry that I can't play.
I did have to take a drink of water while explaining.
That's how I feel playing it. And
yeah, they could have implemented the theme a little bit better. Although, I mean, I could make a story on why you do this and why you do that, but I'm not sure that the rulebook kind of sends you along that path.
Yeah, this game gives me the feeling that Castles of Burgundy gives me, which is oh God, don't let me play this again ever.
What?
Blasphemy.
But
it's not really a point salad type of game.
I kind of
the great Stefan Feld. You have.
But here's the thing: a lot of people really love Castles of Burgundy.
Yeah, I like Castles of Burgundy quite a bit.
I would say the art in both of those games is very similarly terrible. And the way that you play
Heaven and Hell versus Castle of Burgundy
is exceedingly similarly spreadsheet-like, and just
I kind of agree with
do
that.
these things to get points. And it's so not for me, but I can see that this is a very good game.
Yeah. See, I typically don't like the mechanisms where your point is whatever is in last place, like this game has. However, I do like the fact that it lets you have that conversion to kind of bump up that and kind of equalize all your points, really.
Yeah.
I think it is a game that is kind of hard to just look at and be good on your first playthrough.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
There's so much to remember and so much to okay, I gotta get this stuff and I gotta keep track of my money. Yeah. And I gotta decide where to, am I gonna put it on the dark side or the light side?
And you're in control of when you score, and that is pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they have all these on the right where you're like, okay, is now a good time to use one? I forgot what they're called. The little purple things where
the scoring discs.
Yeah, the scoring discs where you can score.
Bad choice of words. It should be activation discs or something.
Right.
They're just all these little levers that you pull as you play the game.
Yes.
To get
there's
score
so
at
many
the
levers.
end. Yeah.
And there's so many end game scoring stuff that you also have to keep in mind while you're doing everything else.
Yeah.
So.
It's exceedingly clever, and it's actually a very short game. It with the 2 and 3 players, it goes really fast. You go around this rondel and you're done. So it's not objectionable. It's just not fun. It's just not fun.
I don't know about you guys, but I usually don't have a lot of anxiety playing games, but this one kind of gave you a little bit of anxiety. It was like, all right, if I go too far up, what's going to happen? But if I don't get that one tile that I really need, and Tim's going to get it before I get it. So there was a lot of, play on where you're going to be on that track, because you can skip past stuff and go far ahead. And it's not like some other games where, the last person on that track is always gonna go first, so you can hop up and, like you said, take all the breadcrumbs, which in this game you kind of do, but you always go in player order. So.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of chewy decisions in the game, and I feel that if you get behind fairly early, then
in this game, definitely, if you make some bad decisions, it's gonna hurt you at the end.
Yeah.
And it's a game that you can get to the end, and if you played kind of poorly, unlike Castles of Burgundy, you can play it and still score a reasonable amount of points. In this game, if you do bad, you could score 0 or 1 or something, So that is an element in this game that I don't know if I like that element where, just because, I didn't make opportunistic choices, that it kind of hurts you in the end.
Yeah. And my negativity, I don't want it to sound like sour grapes. I did pretty well at this game. I was just, flying right along, but I just never felt like I'm really into this.
Yeah, I'm doing really good.
Yeah. Even doing well, the lack of theme for me just kind of killed it.
Oh yeah. I was kind of okay with the theme of it myself. Like I said, I kind of made up my own theme in my head. Oh, I'm doing this because of this.
But you're brewing beer, right? You're collecting hops and wheat and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really seem. There's nothing that suggests you're brewing beer. If no one told you anything about the game, you'd be like, "What is happening?"
Yeah.
For sure. Like, why am I running around in a circle? Like, to collect things to brew a beer.
Who are these monks?
Yeah. Matt, did you check a video out of this one?
Yes, I watched this one.
Okay. Here's what I'll say. It's phenomenal. You guys are wrong. I really did enjoy this. I hate when people say Eurogamer and like Ameritrash and all this stuff. But if you consider yourself a Eurogamer and you have not played this, you are doing yourself you're not doing you any favors. You need to play this.
And I think you need to play it more than once.
You definitely
I would say
do.
on your first playthrough, you're not going to make the best choices. It's more definitely in this game.
It's a learning experience on the first playthrough.
The first game is definitely a learning experience. Whereas some other games, you can look at the board and look at choices and come with a strategy and kind of go with that strategy. In this game, you can't be like, all right, this is the strategy. I'm going to go with that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's interesting. I love the rondel part of this because it works slightly different than other rondels. It kind of gives me this idea, like in miniature games, like when I'm playing, like there's a game called Anima Tactics, and I do something, but I can also kind of stall and see what you're going to do. But at the same time, because it goes back and forth all the time. That's a weird way to tie it together.
Right.
You'd almost have to play it to see what I'm actually saying. But in this, what I mean by that is I go, then you go, but you're so far behind, then I go, but then you can jump all the way above me to take what I was going to go after because I think I'm safe.
Sure.
And I think that's really cool because it doesn't just go with the last player. It's not like Eric goes click, 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 click and picks up all this stuff. And then now he's on the same, like close to me. And now it's my turn or whatever, or passes me up.
Yep.
So it's a really interesting
thing.
Which is more typical. I like this better.
Yeah.
I like that quite a bit. I liked the length of the game for sure. I mean, it's, Eric and I played it again, by the way.
Yeah.
And I think that it's basically an hour and a half to hour and 45 minutes. Almost, it doesn't matter how many people you have. Now, if you got people who...
Because you change the rounds.
Yeah, you change the rounds, but there's more people taking more stuff. So the rounds almost seems like it kind of generates like, how many things should you get throughout the game?
Right.
All right, let's kind of multiply that by the player base.
Exactly.
So it makes sense. But
which is nice.
If you like combos... This is your game. It's not combos like in Magic the Gathering, but you put stuff on your board that you get no immediate use out of. You have to activate them over and over. So like placements, like if I put this here and I put this here and activate it and I put a monk right in the middle, it's going to just do this like snowball effect, like explosion effect where it's like boom, 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 boom.
And it really does matter where you put stuff. You know, if you put stuff in a corner, you might only get that effect once. If you planned, you didn't plan very well, you never pull off getting anything from that tile if you don't surround a shed.
That's true, because you might put something next to it, and then when the fertility rating is calculated, you get one that only activates 2 of the 6 tiles around it. Mm-hmm. And so that tile that you placed was only there to actually make the shed.
And not only, you don't get to pick 2 of them, so it doesn't. So it does matter where you put it, because if you're going for a 2, it's on the opposite ends of that tile.
Yeah, you can't just pick any of the 2. You have to pick one and the one directly opposite of it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I'll say this: if you're the kind of gamer who loves like crunchy Euros, like Castles of Burgundy or Zolkin or Bora Bora or any of the ones that I hate, you will love this game.
I got Bora Bora. We haven't played it. Eric, we got to play it now.
Go straight out and buy this because you will love it. It's fantastic. It's just not the kind of thing that I like.
Oh, no, that's fair. That's fair.
I love crunchy Euros. Euro game.
If you didn't tell me Stefan Feld didn't make this, I would have been like, Stefan Feld. No. That's Michael Kiesling. Is that right?
Yes.
Mm. Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm in love with it just yet on the limited plays we've done, but I would say that it has room to grow playing it more.
You know what I said, Matt?
Yeah.
I said top 10.
Yeah, I heard you.
I don't know if it's top 10 just yet.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I mean, it's devoid of theme pretty much, but I really enjoyed the experience in it. Once you kind of, I don't know, it's so good.
I also wish there was a little bit more variety in the end game scoring mechanisms that's on the board. I believe those are always the same. Now, expansion
you mean like
something,
the 12 goals?
Right.
Yeah, there's 12 of them, though.
There is a lot, but that is also a lot to think of, and every time you play, you might go for different ones, but that strategy is always going to be there. It's like, oh, I got to get 5 1s. I got to get 5 5s. I got to get,
You are pretty much playing with every single component in the game each time you play it.
Right.
So you're seeing this, but that's probably a good thing for this style of game because you'd rather be focusing on learning it each time rather than like, oh, now I got to relearn how to get these goals. Now I have to learn how to get
I would actually like that replayability aspect to it where those might change out a little bit.
I mean, I guess you could do that
because it's first to hit those goals anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you could just put 6 goals out at random and only use those 6.
Sure.
It just has all 12 on display.
Right.
Which is probably good because then you could go a different route than somebody. Even if you're going a different route, you still can grab all those. It's almost like everybody's, I don't know. I guess the weird thing is the strategy isn't really, you're not doing anything different than other people. You just do it more efficiently. It's like one strategy to the game and it's whoever pulls it off the most efficiently.
Yeah. And it doesn't actually in that, you don't actually have to be the first to complete those goals anyway. You have to be the first to complete your goals and go score it.
That's true, yeah, because if you don't get to that spot to actually claim the goals, somebody else is like,
I'll claim it first.
Yeah, I claimed it first. Yeah. Oh, I completed those goals like 3 rounds ago. Yeah. The only other thing I'll mention about the game is that you could pretty much kill somebody with how thick the money cards are.
Oh.
They're like legit thicker than the player boards.
Actually, I would say that also kind of like that as well. In this game, they have money cards and coin tokens. So, which is different from most games where, it's all tokens or it's all cards or paper money or whatever. But in this game, there was a difference between your ones was coins and your bigger monies, were cards.
Basically blocks of wood, yeah.
Right.
They are so thick. I'm not even joking, Matt. They are literally a bit thicker than the actual player board.
Yeah.
It seems like it. I think they might actually be the same thickness as just when you have a big piece of cardboard. It's flimsier.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And as smaller it gets, the more stiff it gets. Mm-hmm. But it is super thick. I actually probably would prefer the cards to be coins.
All coins?
Yeah, I actually don't like card money, for the most part. I like it better than paper money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it didn't bother me too much.
I mean, it didn't bother me that much, but if I had a choice, I'd rather all 3 denominations be coins rather than cards. But it probably would have been more smarter for them all to be one of one type.
Yeah.
Because the coins are like just
definitely different though.
Coins and yeah. So.
Yep. If you like Lignum or Grand Austria Hotel or Age of Steam or any of these other terrible, terrible games, you should run right out and get this.
That's interesting because I didn't really like Grand Austria Hotel. I mean, I'll have to try it again, but.
Well, George didn't like it because he played it 4 players. That's definitely a 2-player game, or maybe max
we played it
3
2 players.
We did, but you didn't like that aspect of what was it? You didn't like the hurt aspect of it, where if you didn't do something, you got
no Johnny Cash games for me.
You got
Matt. What did you think? Just by watching the video, did you fall asleep or were you excited?
It seems mathy.
It is kind of mathy.
Yeah.
It's not super mathy while you're playing it.
No, there's
it's more
just
about
a lot of
placement.
things to think about. This track is lowest now. I got to work on this track. Well, after that track, I got to work on the next lowest track.
Excitement.
Yeah.
So much fun.
I do like,
which I don't mind. I like the puzzle aspect of it.
Yeah.
And thinking forward. I think that is something, if you don't like, long-term strategies, and you're not going to like this game.
It's definitely long-term. What were you going to say, Matt?
I was just going to say, I like the fact that with the choices you get between the light and the dark, if you get points or money, I guess you got to kind of balance that a little bit.
Basically, this game teaches you how to invest. I will invest in this piece. Not really. I'm just being facetious, but I invest this 5-point token on my dark side. I need to activate it. Otherwise, I just spent money for almost nothing.
Right. Well, you want to activate it more than once, too.
Correct. Yeah, because if you activate it once, you just break even.
You just got your money back.
Yeah.
It still has its benefits, but you definitely, if you pay for something like a 5 or a 4 or whatever, you want to get more dividends back than just getting money, the same amount of money back.
Well, final thoughts are, I think that it's a great game in that style of game. If you don't really care about the theme so much and you love mechanisms and doing things, it's so engaging with what you're doing and thought-provoking that it's okay that you are just flipping a bunch of switches to try to get the most efficient lights to light up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it would have been neat to have a little bit more theme. although the game is a great length, so it doesn't overstay its welcome. So I think games with theme really allow games to overstay its welcome because you're like, I really like what's happening here. I'm killing lots of zombies, even though I'm just rolling one die the whole time. Yes. So it's kind of that trade-off.
I will absolutely agree with you. It's a short enough game that out of all the soulless games that I listed off, I would much rather play this one, given the choice. Absolutely.
Matt, anything?
No.
Eric, final thoughts.
No, I liked it. I definitely would help with additional plays, but I did like what was happening.
Cool. That is Heaven and Ale, Brew God's beer. Okay, so here we are. We've got multiple top 5 lists here. The reason, it's kind of similar to the one that you and I did, Eric, last episode, but basically it's top 5 component lists for board games. We got 3 of them for you, just because I don't think that either of them or any of them are going to spark a lot of conversation. So, conversation? Anyway, I'm making fun of myself. So I wanted to have a couple of lists because I think we're going to kind of blast through this, and they're fun lists, just probably not enough meat on them to have them by themselves.
Sure.
So the first list we have is top 5 wooden gaming components. Now, all these lists, I would assume you all might have done something slightly different. These are components that you'll typically find in these games. It's not like, somebody remade something out of wood.
Right.
It's like, I remade my game out of wood. Settlers of Catan or whatever. So, we're going to start with George. What is your your number 5 wooden gaming components?
Okay. So not my honorable mention.
No, we'll do that before number 1.
That's before number 1.
We do 5, 4, 3, 2, honorable mention, 1.
It's been a while. All right. So my number 5 is the Los Momphos Donkeys.
Los Momphos.
Los Momphos is a game that is a memory game where you have these 3 wooden donkeys and you have them in a circle and you move them around in a circle, and as they move, you feed them little wooden discs of different colors. And at a certain time, they all poop out their discs. But before they do, you have to...
Sounds awesome.
Are you physically putting them into a wooden device? That's awesome.
It's a wooden donkey. It's a wooden donkey with, like, forgive the expression, a tail flap. And they empty themselves. But before they do, you say... You bet which color is going to have the most. Do you know what I mean? Like, so
we got to play this.
This is why we do these lists. You found out games like Crap and Donkeys.
Right. Los Momphos is a great quote unquote children's game, but it's so like hard to keep it straight in your head. And it's just simple. It's just these stupid 3 donkeys moving around, eating different colored things. And you can't figure out what color is going to come out. It's great.
That's fantastic.
I cannot find anything on this game, but I'll keep looking because that sounds kind of entertaining.
Oh, you gonna write it down?
No, I was just going to look at it. I was just curious as to what it looked like. It was funny. We were sitting here talking, and something popped in my head. Oh, I know what it was. But I'll start with 5 tribes. I like the palm trees. I think it's cool that the palm trees are in there. I don't know. It's just kind of
they look cool.
Yeah. So nothing special about them. They're just. I think it's a neat cutout for a wood piece. So
that's cool.
Fair enough.
Cool. Number 5 for me is Not So Fast. Just those big chunky nuts.
Jeez.
Really?
I'm straight up pulling a Fried here. I'm like, can't tell if serious or trolling.
They're so good.
Well, number 5 is the Colt Express Cowboy Meeples. There's a lot of cool Meeples out there, and I think these might be some of my favorite ones. Other than the fact that if you listen to us last episode, I talked about constructible things being one of my top 5, like the trains. This is probably the first thing that drove me into getting this because, Cowboy Meeples. That's awesome.
Nice.
All right, number 4 for you.
Okay, my number 4 is called Wallamapi.
We're basically are these real games?
What in the world?
He's
George?
making all this up.
Yeah, this is why I can't find them.
I said no discussion basically, and it's like the most interesting thing ever. All right, continue.
So, Wallamapi is spelled Wallamoppi, and by the way, Los Momphos is LOSMAMPFOS. Anyway, so Wallamapi is a game that doesn't get enough love. It is a game that has a wooden box. And inside the wooden box, there are tracks that go back and forth. So you drop a marble and it goes down the track and it drops to the next one. It goes down that track and drops. So it's like click, 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 click. And while it's happening, if it gets to the bottom and you haven't finished your thing, you lose. So it's freaking you out, first of all. And when
you can't see it?
You can see it, but you mostly hear it because you can't be looking at it. Like, you don't have time.
So it's kind of like a timer, but it's not like a metronome because it's kind of random intervals.
Yeah, it's just gravity, right? And so you have this very specific time limit. But what you have to do is there are all these wooden discs and they're stacked up in this big pyramid, and you have to knock one of them out or pick one of them out like Jenga, and then stack it on the very top of the pyramid. So you start stacking them up higher and higher and higher. And if the whole thing falls over, you lose. and the way I like to play it, it's a 2-player game, like supposedly, but that's not fun. What's much more fun is you get a whole group of people and you're in a line, and the line rotates and you have to go super fast. So you do your thing and you go to the end of the line and you keep going. Whoever loses is
kind of like a team game then.
You laugh at the person who loses. It's fantastic.
Gotcha.
That sounds awesome.
So
We're going to have to get your list after this. Follow up after that, Matt.
Yeah. Good thing I'm not after George.
I like the sticks in our curriculum.
Fences. No, actually, I like the camels in Camel Up.
Okay.
It's not as interesting as George's. I get it. But mainly just because how they stack and move together.
I actually thought all of ours were going to be like that. George
has to bring in stuff we can't even pronounce and spell. Thanks, George.
Yeah, sorry.
Number 4 for me, I'm going to go from nuts to balls. So Dimensions has these balls. They're awesome. So you have all these multicolored balls. You have to put them in a pyramid.
Said not so balls.
From nuts to balls.
You had to ask.
Still can't tell if serious. All right, keep going.
But anyway, in this game, it's a real-time game where you are stacking these balls, and they have to be in particular orders. Orange can't be on top of blue and whatnot. All your blues have to touch, or your white balls have to touch black balls.
Speed game.
Yeah, no, It is actually cool. I almost like, even though it's not a wooden component, I like the little trays you put your balls on almost as much as the balls, because it's actually really cool. Like, it's so simple and it's like slightly elevated.
Wait, what is it made out of then?
I think it's made out of cardboard.
Right, it is.
Is it cardboard or plastic?
It's cardboard.
I mean, that's wood. That's basically wood.
Yeah, it's like
right.
shredded
it's
wood.
made from wood.
Wood with glue. My number 4 is the Meeple, the vehicle Meeples in Rampage or Terror Meeple City. Because some of my components here, like, obviously we're talking about components that we like, and maybe sometimes what they do in the game. And this one's definitely what is flicking one of those school buses across the map to hit another guy is so fun. Smashing a building with it. Like, that's so cool. I just like to flick those things and stuff. It's really hard to do, but it's nice.
It's going to hurt your finger.
Yeah. It's going to hurt your finger.
But you can do it.
That's a great choice.
Yeah.
All right. My number 3 is the boat in Riff Raff. There's a boat, a wooden boat that has axes on 2 different planes, so that you hang wooden pieces off the masts and sails of it, and it makes the whole thing rock around. It's fantastic.
That sounds pretty cool.
Oh.
I'm learning about all kinds of games here.
There's nice boats and lifeboats as well. Or is it lifeboats?
Lifeboats.
Boats.
Yeah, the one where you put the water in it and stuff and they sink. Yeah.
I didn't put that on my list, but thinking about it, it should have been maybe up there.
Yeah. Riff Raff. Great boat.
Riff Raff. I like the bamboo in Takanoko. It's neat to kind of stack it up and stuff.
I totally thought Matt was going to do this.
Yes. They're simple and they're small, but you sit there and you make your little bamboo sticks. It's always fun inserting them in each other. So,
you ever thought about spending the $300 for the collector's edition?
Yes. But no.
I thought about it.
No, I definitely thought about it.
I thought about
I was like, I don't have $300.
Mortgaging my house to buy things too.
Yeah. All right, number 3 for me is the huge wooden cup in Mogul. So it just comes with this big wooden cup that you pass around, and you are basically playing no thanks, and you have to put one of your wooden components in and be like, no, I don't want it.
That's fair. My number 3 is the discs from Crokinole, which are actually in a lot of games, not just Crokinole. Other games use them as well. But I really like flicking games. And Crocodile is awesome. And I think it's a great size. I like that they're curved and everything. It's a very simple thing, but it is really cool.
Both sides are different. I believe you do one side if you want it to, to
right, you get
slide
different
along a little easier.
Exactly. Because you get that little nub kind of on one side and the other side's kind of concave. I don't know if that's actually just a manufacturing defect, but
no, they're supposed to be like that.
Oh, okay, cool. Because it seems like each disc that I have is almost like it performs differently.
No.
You have to number them.
Number them, like, yeah. It's like,
give me a number 5.
Like golf.
Yeah.
Get my number 1 out. It goes really far.
Yeah.
I'll take out my number 2 or number 5 I don't want it to go very far.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is actually my number 2 wooden game. It is called Blocky Mountains, and it's the bear from Blocky Mountains. Blocky Mountains is a game where you build a obstacle course out of all these wooden blocks, and then you have a mountaineer and a bear, and you've got to move the guy and I guess his bear friend. I'm not sure why the bear is coming along, but you have to like use a crane device and move him through this obstacle course. He's got to like swing across chasms. He's got to like knock discs and different things. It's the best. The bear is fantastic.
These are the weirdest games. They sound great, but
so good.
Really weird. My number 2, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Survive, Escape from Atlantis. I really like the squid cutouts, just because it's a unique shape.
Oh yeah.
I like seeing wood pieces in unique shapes versus like meeples and squares. So
I debated the serpent, the sea serpent.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Number 2 for me is also Matt said it's Takenoko the bamboo. Mm-hmm. So I think they did a really good job with it. They could have used stack.
Or bamboo. They could have used bamboo.
Actual bamboo.
You grew it.
They could have just used, little blocks or something. But it makes the game stand out a lot better, making these little bamboos.
That's fair. My number 2 is the tracks from Pitch Car. Because
are they wooden?
Oh yeah,
they are.
They're like solid wood. The box is like 5,000 pounds. It's super good. It's got that I guess like a laminate on top so that you flick your crocodile disc cars across it. Basically, this whole component list is Pitch Car. Anyway, Pitch Car is awesome.
Yeah, I like it.
Although I'm not sure about the loop, but we'll get back to that next time.
We did the loop.
We did, and we were slightly unimpressed.
You couldn't make it over, but I did. Anyway.
The loop. No, we did it at Origins.
We did.
Oh, I made it over. Whatever. I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, it took me twice, but whatever. I went before you. I had to flick it harder.
Yeah.
You got an honorable
learned
mention?
from you.
I do have an honorable mention. This is a honorable mention for Spurs, the game of the Old West, and it's the wooden bullets. And in Spurs, which is essentially the game that was entirely overlooked when everyone started hyping about Western Legends and saying what a great original game it was. Mm-hmm. Spurs did it all sooner and better. And in Spurs, instead of having combat resolved by poker hands, you have draw bags, and you reach in your draw bag and you pull out a bullet. And you do it, it's a speed thing. And if you pull out the right colored bullet, then you shoot the guy. It's so much fun. It's like draw, and you're actually drawing out of a bag.
Have we played this?
No.
Why are we not playing this?
Bring that over.
I will. I love that game.
That sounds awesome. You're like bam, bam.
And it's a sandbox. It's a sandbox Western like Western Legends, and everyone said Western Legends. What a great idea! And it's like, no, it's been done, and actually, it's better.
Huh?
Yeah.
My honorable mention is the promo piece for Animal Upon Animal. It was a big rhinoceros that they gave out at Gen Con a few years ago. I think you
can never find it.
But it was a rhinoceros and a pig there. I think they were giving out, but the rhino was like massive.
It was massive.
It was a big old piece of wood.
Is it like the starting piece? Do you use that as the starting piece?
No, it's just one of your pieces you put out.
One of your pieces you use. Yeah.
Yeah. We got enough of them to have one for each of the 4 players.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Honorable mention for me is, said before, it's also Rampage, just the dinosaurs and, well, I guess they're monsters, and the cars.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Mine's a pretty basic one, but it's the columns in Elysium. They're just big and chunky. The only reason they're more of an honorable mention is because you don't really do much with them. They just stand there. And like they're like a requirement. You pick a card and then you you knock one of them down. So it'd be cool if you like bash with them or something and put them out there or something, but they just kind of stand there. So they're honorable mention because they're okay in game terms. Not really necessary, but they're neat.
Yep. That's a good game too.
Yeah. I like it.
Okay. My number one is a soccer game. Go figure. This is the wooden playing field of Waykick. And Waykick is a game where you're playing soccer on this big wooden board and you reach underneath it and you have a magnet that you hold onto. And on top of the magnet is your playing figure. So you move the magnet around and it moves your playing figure on the board and you're kicking a wooden soccer ball and it pings around this. And
this is kind of like Clask, I guess.
Yes, but way better. Oh, it's so good.
Cool. Sounds expensive, but
it is. It's frightfully expensive. Worth every penny.
That's fair.
My number one, as I said, I like the different kind of looking cutouts. So Dixit, I'm not like the biggest fan of the game, but the little bunny.
Oh, bunnies?
Yeah, the little bunnies.
Oh, yeah.
Really
that makes
awesome.
sense. Matt likes the bunnies.
Yeah. Those were the original Dixit pieces. And then, they moved away from it. Didn't
Oh,
they?
really? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Number one, Eric.
Number one is actually the Emperor Center's consoles of the old edition of Coliseum. I did get the newer version, but I was like, oh man, I really like those old chunky.
Like the actual Coliseum that gets built in the middle?
No, the people.
The people, right.
Oh, the people.
They're not regular meeples. They're kind of. It's kind of hard to have like a big head and it's like
they have like a round head.
Right, a round head and a flowing body. I don't know how to describe it. You have to look it up.
Does the Emperor have a fig?
Yeah, they have
laurel leaves.
Right, they have other decorations on that.
You're saying you like the ones from the
old version?
Oh, okay, yes.
Coliseum.
That's the only thing I think is absolutely stupid in the newest one is the actual player figures.
Well, and the cover, the box art.
Yeah, and
yeah,
and the art.
Well, anyway, my number one is the board from Tumbling Dice.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yes.
For obvious reasons, because it's amazing. Even though I had to drill extra holes in mine to put different pegs because I didn't like the way it sagged and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. But it did it and it worked. So,
okay.
But yeah, Tumbling Dice is amazing.
Do you have the regular size one or like the mini one?
No, I've got the regular size one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not the newest one that's blue by Eagle Griffin. I've got the brown one. It's the exact same thing, but it's just a different color.
I didn't realize it was a blue one.
Yeah. I kind of wish I would have had the blue one, but I like blue. Mine's like tans.
You can paint it.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to our top 5 plastic components, and we're going to start this one out with Matt. What's your number 5 plastic?
Sorry, I was admiring the figures from Coliseum are kind of neat looking.
They're dope.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome
like a little ball on a pond.
So what we're doing? We're doing plastic.
Plastic.
What did I? 1, 2, 3, 4. What did I?
Should we start with Eric?
Number 5.
Eric, you're number 5.
I can't tell what I did.
We'll come back.
I wrote some stuff.
Do it, Eric. You're number 5.
Number 5, plastic. The tiles in Azul. So I think they did an awesome job. I mean, there's not a lot of artwork that you can put on a towel, but they did an awesome job and it looks really good on the table.
You good, Matt?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. My number 5 is the gemstones in Bling Bling Gemstone because they sound like glass when they fall off.
Right.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's satisfying to hear a ton of those fall at once. You're like, yes.
Well,
and they're nice. They're translucent. Translucent stuff's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Agreed. My number 5 for plastic is the berries from Everdell. Little squishy.
Oh, the squishy berries.
Squishy berries.
Those are really nice.
They're so good.
Yeah, they are.
That should have been on my list too. Those are good.
My number 5 is oddly enough, I like playing with the Splendor coin thingies, the
poker
chips.
chips?
Yeah, the
Poker
poker
chips.
chips, man,
That's fair.
because they feel they're real bulky, they're solid feeling. So
Oh yeah.
it's I like getting those.
I put those on my top 5 from last week. But specifically because I talked about poker chips, but specifically talking about Clout Fantasy, which is basically the same ones.
Right.
Number 4 for me is When I Dream, that plastic bed. I mean, it's just a card holder, but it's nice.
Yeah.
That is pretty fun. Number 4 for me, I will probably say if I had to do like this is top 5 favorite, but if I had to do an actual top 5 list where it's like the best components, I would have to say this might be in the top 2. And that's the dice holders that are in Coimbra. It is so fantastic.
They made those so well.
Yeah, like, so in Coimbra, you roll dice and you have to keep the sides the right way and you slot them into these like plastic container things. And it's so satisfying. It is. They're so good.
Are they on the board? Where are
they? No, like they're your
colors.
Yeah. So you put them on, and so you get dice. They go in front of you. You draft the dice or something.
Yeah.
And you put them in these little stands that you put your color stands.
Yeah.
And then when you put the dice out there, you know who put those dice out there because they're in your stand.
Okay.
But they fit so snug. If you knock them over, it stays, so you know which side it should go back on.
Yeah,
they are fantastic. As a matter of fact,
they made them well.
Yeah, they're made really well. They look pretty cool, and it is a very, very good thing that everyone else should try to rip off. If they're making a game where you roll dice and you need to keep the facing, these are fantastic.
Which is a lot of games.
Oh yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like they're awesome. Show George if you got it.
Yeah, they look like. Are they like little castles or something?
Yeah.
Or, Is they supposed to be like little castles or houses?
I think they're little castles.
And they link together with each other.
No, they don't connect to each other, but they fit. They sit flush next to each other.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
They are fantastic.
I like it.
Yeah. There's miniature games where you have to put the little plastic thing, like Blood Rage, where you put the little ring around your character.
Yeah.
Like those are awesome. This is the next step. This is for dice. I think a lot of games should really take note and steal it.
Yeah.
Borrow, be influenced by, whatever.
Good shout. My number 4 is the plastic device of the game Tapple, which is this round alphabet, and you click down all the letters when you play the game.
I like Tapple.
It works so well.
Man, I really wish that would work on the podcast, because I thought about how can we make it work.
I can make
to play it on the podcast. I mean, no one would be able to see what's left and stuff.
That's true.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
I'd have to put a mic on the thing so you hear. Tick, 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 tick.
It's such a good game. Though.
Yeah. Number 4?
Yep.
Yeah. So going back with big and kind of like chunky feeling, the tiles from Hive with all the bugs and stuff on them.
Putting it on here,
yeah. So those are just really
well
chunky
made,
and solid. Yep.
Oh yeah. Love it.
That's fair.
Number 3 for me is the Rising Sun. They added a lot of plastic to that game. If you did the Kickstarter stuff,
all the plastic,
just all the plastic.
Rising Sun plastic.
There's action tiles.
Yeah,
those are really nice. As well as they upgraded the strongholds, and especially the turtle stronghold is really well made.
Fair enough. Number 3 for me is interesting because it's okay, but it made such an impact on me, and it's the dry erase boards in Crosstalk. When you first get those things and you peel off the plastic, they are so quality. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, we played this. Yeah.
They are so good.
Great game too.
Yeah, it's a great game. It's like a plastic dry erase board. I mean, I feel like I'm going to snap it in half if I bend it hard enough, but all the little plastic dry erase boards in that game, they're fantastic.
Which, by the way, thanks again, Eric, for winning that game for me at that convention.
At the fair where you were throwing the darts.
Yeah.
It's like winning the stuffed animal.
Yeah. That's kind of what it felt like, but I do appreciate it. It's a great game. Okay. My number 3 is another plastic device kind of game called Monster Trap or Monster Fall, Falle. But I think it's just called Monster Trap. And you have a box. The box itself is the device, and then one player is going left to right and the other player is going up and down, and you have to move the monster around and get him from one spot to another through this maze, but you have to work together. So good.
Yes, I remember that game. What was it called now?
Monster Trap or Monster Fall.
I could not remember the name of this game.
Is it printed as 2 different ones, or you can't remember exactly? You say Monster Trap or Monster Fall?
But my version is called Monster Fall, but I think that's like the German version or something.
Oh, I got it.
But I think it's called Monster Trap.
That's cool.
It's a brilliant.
There's a new game that's like that. It's called Slide Quest.
Yes, it arrived at my house today.
Oh my gosh, we are so playing this.
Yeah,
dude, it's basically like the same thing he just said, but with 4 people, one on each side of the box, and it's like a little RPG style thing where you're trying to get around and knock enemies off and stuff.
Oh,
right.
Neat.
Do you know those labyrinth games where you turn the dials to tilt the board? Yeah. It's like that. Only you have a little knight that's on a ball bearing who rolls around, and you have to knock people into holes, and you have to watch out for like dynamite sticks. I don't know. It's going to be great.
Neat.
Awesome.
It's so good.
Yeah, it arrived today. I was so irritated because it was supposed to arrive yesterday. I thought we could play it before the podcast, but no.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
I know.
There's a game on the phone that Square Enix used to make on the iPhone way back in the early play, like, I think I had it on the 3GS. It's no longer on the App Store, but it was called Sliding Heroes, and it's a Final Fantasy game that was exactly that.
Wow.
Where you spawned in so many knights and archers and stuff like that, and you had to take your phone and like turn the phone and have all the pieces like knock each other around, and
that's
like,
cool.
The warriors had to like bump into the guys to do damage, but the archers just had to be close to them to shoot them.
Right.
After I saw Slide Quest, I was like, oh, I got on my phone and tried to look it up, and it's no longer on there. So
there's another game. What was it? Mystery Manor, where you slide the box around and there's all these pieces and you have to isolate certain pieces in a room.
I remember that.
That game's garbage.
We played it.
Basically, you're shuffling garbage around inside of a garbage box trying to play a garbage game.
Okay, I'll take your word. I never played it.
Yeah, we played it for about 10 seconds. We're like,
all right,
I don't know.
Funny.
It was not that good.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yep.
Mine is the pirate ships from Blackfleet.
Yes.
Because they're cool looking, but you can also, as you're moving stuff around, you put your little cubes and stuff in them, because they have little compartments for that.
Yep.
And then on top of that, that insert that is a skull is
pretty awesome.
That's so good.
That was probably my favorite part. I mean, the game's awesome, but when you saw the skull, you're like, yes.
Yeah.
Number 2 for me is the plastic airships and Kings of Air and Steam.
Those are pretty awesome.
Yeah. So they, I think they upgraded it during the Kickstarter, but I think it's in all versions.
Nice.
Those are pretty good. We're on number 2, right?
Yes.
My number 2 are the penguins from Ice Cool. Again, with the flicking things, but they're just so fun. I mean, the fact
wobbly.
that you can they're wobbly, but you can do a lot of cool things. You can get them to flip over walls. You can get them to do like the curving and stuff. It's just a satisfying feeling when you kind of get how to flick them.
Right.
So super good.
That's definitely one game that, if you get down how to maneuver the penguins, you can pull off some really cool and impressive moves.
Like wearing bandages on your fingers.
After a while.
Yeah. And they hurt.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not paying attention, you flick the guy's nose. Because that thing's pointy, man. Like, it basically punctures your nail.
You're supposed to like flick him in the head. And somersault him over.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
difficult.
Yeah. Although it is kind of a cheat because they do have a weight in them, so they're not pure plastic, but still.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're mostly plastic.
Yeah.
Not by weight, though.
All right. My number 2 are the coconuts monkeys and the little coconuts. And I guess the cups too. That whole game is plastic.
Yeah, basically the whole game is plastic. It's like $3 to make.
It's so much fun though. Flipping those coconuts everywhere. Oh, it's the best.
And then afterward, just going and finding them all.
Yeah. You need safety glasses.
Yeah.
Number 2?
Yep.
You know, it was funny because I wrote down item rack, but then I just looked. That was out of cardboard, but I'm going to go with the meeples and the weapons from Tiny Epic Quest.
All right.
The item meeples?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I would have thought of it.
I'm surprised you didn't say that one.
Well, I put those in my top 5 board game components. Like just the ones from that and Tiny Epic Zombies and Tiny Epic Mechs and Tiny Epic Tactics. Because I talked about how awesome it is to equip the guy that you have on the board with what he actually has.
Yeah.
That's so fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good choice.
So for my number 1, I kind of mentioned
wait,
that.
Do you have an honorable mention?
Honorable mention? Okay.
Nate, you're on number 2.
Sorry.
No, he just did his 2.
I started.
He started.
Oh, okay. Well.
Do you have an honorable mention?
Sure. Matt's already talked about it, but just the poker chips in Splendor and other games like it, those type of chips. So
Fair enough.
I think they add a lot to the game and they feel awesome.
My honorable mention is one of my top 5 from the last episode, and it's the Pirates of the Spanish Main ships. So if you're not familiar, basically they're credit cards type material. They're called Plasticard.
Tell me about that.
I was supposed to get them out and show you them, but basically they're flat. Do you remember this game, Matt?
Yeah, I saw my box of it the other day.
Oh, did you really? Yeah. So you like punch them out of the card. You build this little 3D pirate ship. You play the game, and then you take it apart and put it back into the card because
cool.
they sit back in there very well. And it has its stats on the card and everything. So basically, you just carry a card case, and then you assemble your ships, and then you put them back into a card case. Fantastic.
You use the card as a measuring device too when you move.
You do,
right?
you and to shoot as well. You use the long side or the short side.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It was a fantastic game. I mean, it was an okay game. Hold on. The rules and the gameplay were okay. You just ran around to different islands. The islands were cardboard and they had gold on them, and you try to get back as much gold as possible. I think it's like first get 7 or something like that. I don't remember, but the actual ships and the way you rolled the microscopic dice that the packs came with, it was awesome. Because like you buy a booster pack and it came with like 5 ships or something, like maybe 3 or 5 ships. So 3 or 5 cards, but then the smallest 6-sided die you ever have seen in your life. And I have a giant pack of them.
Yeah.
They're great. It would take probably about 6 to cover my pinky nail.
Wow.
Oh my God.
They were legit small.
And they rolled true?
Well, I mean, they fell on the ground and showed you a result. Typically, they would fall.
Could you read it?
For some reason, we always played on the carpet, so it didn't make any sense for us to roll those because they just fell into the fibers.
Right.
It's great.
I guess this was a travel type of game. No, it wasn't. Okay.
It was more like a collectible miniature game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really miniature? No,
the game, like the actual ships were about as long as one of your fingers. They're pretty decent size. It's just the die, because you buy picture buying a Magic the Gathering booster pack, but a little bit thicker, and it had a microscopic die in it.
Okay.
So, I mean, if the die was full size, it'd be like Star Wars Destiny, where the packs are massive.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Bend all your cards.
Yeah.
Economy of scale.
Yeah.
All right. So, my honorable mention is another device game, and this is a game called Spinergy. And it's a huge...
we're learning all kinds of stuff over here.
This is a game that's not terribly well regarded, but it's really a pretty good game. It's just the game itself. You have this large round device and you spin it, and there's 3 things that spin in different directions. And underneath each of them, you put...
Spinergy.
Yeah. You put a disc, and on the disc, there's just lots and lots of words. And so when you're done spinning, you get 3 things lined up, and they're 3 words randomly put together. But then the game itself, there's a big deck of cards, and the cards will tell you what you need to do with these 3 words. And in every case, you need to produce something, like it might be make a haiku with these 3 words, or
on the spot.
Yeah. Or tell an embarrassing story from your childhood, or, I mean, it could be write a thesis on, whatever.
Write a thesis.
No, not a whole thesis, but honestly, this game is, it is timed writing assignment, the game.
Oh.
And so to some people, that's really fun. I love it.
Uh-huh.
But most people, that's not that fun. But the piece that you spin, the plastic piece, works so well, and it's so unnecessary. All you need are 3 words. It's great.
Nice.
My honorable mention is, growing up, one of my favorite board games that I used to play with my family was called Ghostbusters, but it was based off of the real Ghostbusters cartoon. It was a 3D game that you moved, standee people through. But if you landed on certain spots, there would be like this skull that you dropped through this like tower that would come out in different spots, and if you were on like a tilting, piece of, I guess the board or whatever, it would like hit there and knock your guy down. You had to go back to start in that area and stuff like that. But it was just neat because it was a plastic skull. It was just,
and it was called Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it was a Ghostbusters board game. Yeah,
cool. Was it kind of like Fireball Island, where you drop the skull and the skull knocks them down?
It was kind of. Yeah. But so like there would be one section would be like you're going up the stairs to get to the top of the whatever building it was they were going up to. So it might roll down them steps and knock you down. Yeah. Was one area, and I can't remember what it did in all the other ones. I think it would hit like a basket that would like flap one of the doors, and if you were standing in that exact spot, it'd knock you down. So
it's like mousetrap.
Yeah, kind of. So it was a skull though.
Awesome.
All right, which number 1, Eric?
Number 1. It was kind of on my list last podcast, but I'm going to do it again. Is Zolkin, the wheels, but not only the wheels, also the skulls that you might place on those wheels. So
more skulls, Matt.
Yes, more skulls. And the wheel. I think it's a pretty unique concept in that game, where the longer that you have your workers out, the more that they're going to produce for you.
Yeah,
cool. My number 1, Matt. I thought about Blackfleet's ships because I really like those. I like that they're functional.
Yeah.
I tried to avoid putting a lot of miniatures on here, so I did both for number 1. The Wasteland Express Delivery cars, the trucks.
Yeah.
They're first off Mad Max style, amazing.
Only bad thing about those is putting on those stickers.
But if you paint them, it doesn't matter. You take the stickers off.
Take that
and paint
sticker
them.
off and paint it.
That's what I did too.
Bam.
And then you can put. They're functional because they carry those different types of goods.
Right.
They're so fun, and especially the not that we played with it, but the one dude who's real big and he has that big guy on the front of his car. That was pretty cool. One day we'll play with that dude. But otherwise, the player pieces and stuff are really fun.
They are great.
Yeah, and the raiders, the different raider clans or whatever, carrying the rest of them. So such good pieces. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could just say the game trays in there too, but
yeah,
the whole game. No.
All right, my number one. My number 1 is, I hope, a call forward to another podcast because it is the fedoras in Detective City of Angels. The little plastic fedoras are amazing, first of all.
Oh, yes.
But also, that game is so good. Spoiler. That
I see what you're saying. Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Oh my God.
We just need to play it another, at least
Absolutely.
a couple more times.
6, 8 more times.
Yeah.
Detective City of Angels, little tiny plastic fedoras. Fantastic.
Yeah. They're pretty cool. They should have been scaled with the miniatures, but that's fine.
Yeah. They'd be really small in that case.
Right. My number 1, me and Eric share it. And I completely forgot about the skulls, so I'll throw them in there too. But I was more focused on the gears. I like the gears in Zolkin.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right, so our final actual top 5 for this episode, other than maybe Matt and George might have a quick one to fill in from last episode. Maybe we'll rush through this one.
Yep.
It's our top 5 custom dice, specifically the dice that would come with games, not like custom dice you buy from Chessex and customize them yourself. So I guess I'll start with this one. My number 5, the die doesn't, even though it's custom, it's not really the reason why it's on this list. It's the dice from City of Remnants. And I've talked about it before, but I absolutely love the layout of the numbers. It's 0, I'll say this, was 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. And all they are like diamonds or whatever, like on the different sides or whatever. So it's not anything super custom, but the fact that it has that layout is one of my favorite layouts of a 6-sided die. With the numbers. I like the most time you're going to get a 1 or a 2, but there's a gamble of getting nothing and a gamble of getting a 3. So I really like the layout.
Okay, my number 5 is some of my favorite dice, Seasons dice.
Oh, yeah.
Big, chunky, really bright. They've got the symbols on them. They're great.
What about the size that you can kill somebody? Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 5 is a game called Ninja vs. Ninja.
Yeah.
I've seen those dice.
yeah,
I've never played the game.
Yeah,
but
so it's pretty much, they're kind of like rectangular, but they have swords through them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They got the sword. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
They're just 1 through 4.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah.
they're dope. Number 5 for me is the left football die in Battle Ball.
I thought somebody would put this, yeah.
That's a cool die. My number 4 is the dice from Age of War. Basically, first off, it's feudal Japan, so it has like really cool symbols and everything. But I like that they're kind of a matte finish, and they're this cream color with different color swords and daimyo masks and all this other stuff. The game's okay to me. I can take it or leave it. I liked it, but whatever. The dice were awesome though.
Another game like that, Sutaku, which has
the white,
the stacking game.
But that's actually
game.
like
that has
kanji.
Kanji,
Yeah.
right?
But this is
the
like
kanji numbers,
just actual swords and cavalry units and arch. It's got some cool stuff.
You made me think of a game too. It's not on my list, but Ninja Dice is a cute little game.
I like Ninja Dice.
Yeah,
I thought of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, my number 4 are the dice from Euphoria, Build a Better Dystopia.
Oh,
and you use the dice
good.
to represent your workers' intelligence level. And so they're like cogs that like what's turning in their brain. They're like 1 cog or 2 or 3. It's funny.
Yeah,
That is funny.
It's good.
My number 4 is I put the Witcher adventure game dice.
Those are awesome. I seriously thought about putting them. Even the game was like me.
Yeah, but
but
it's just there's a lot of like
doing.
kind of filigree, stuff on them and everything.
Yeah.
It's just they're really pretty looking dice. So
Yeah.
That's true.
A lot of detail.
Yeah.
Number 4 for me is the dice that you like to hate. Maybe is the Dead of Winter, the Crossroads, the exposure dice.
Exposure die.
The tooth.
So yeah,
The
get
tooth.
the tooth and you're bitten. So I just like it because it does add that element where nothing's really safe. You know, if you want to move around or attack a zombie, you have to roll for exposure, and it gives you that element of not really surprise, but you know, something could go wrong. Fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just so weird that it's just one tooth.
Right. Yeah, it's just one tooth.
Like it's not showing a bite or anything, it's just a tooth.
Yeah, it could have just been like a mouth, but that was just a tooth. My number 3 is Seasons Dice. I mean, they're awesome for all the obvious reasons.
Ah, yeah. And my number 3 is the dice for 2201 Space Movers, which is a co-op game where you throw the dice into a box when you do a check. And so the next person who goes, if your die didn't land the way you want it to, they try to hit your die to make it change. And there's certain spots in the box that are automatic failures. There's a certain result on the die. If it comes up, it's an automatic failure. It's great. The tension and just
is it co-op or
the teamwork? Yeah, it's co-op, and you're working.
Co-op.
You're working together,
Okay.
and you're trying to knock each other's dice until you get what you need.
You're like, here, I'll save it. That die roll sucks. Bam, and then it goes into the fail. You're like, whoops.
Exactly. Oh, it's great.
This sounds awesome.
Yeah, I love
I want
it.
to play this.
Okay.
My number 3 is it seems like it's going around the table. Seasons. So
That's fair enough. If we had 4, we have all 4 seasons.
yep.
Eric, are you gonna be the winter?
Maybe I'll put it on my
Honorable mention.
mention.
No, it doesn't count.
Number 3 for me is the Dice Town, the poker dice. So
Yeah.
rolling these poker dice, they're 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, and a spade, which is ace.
That's fair.
Yeah.
My number 2 is the dice from Dragon Dice. This is an older game, but it was really neat because each die represented a character. And so it had its like face and its attacks and arms and all this other stuff. And you had like an army of dice, but actually represented your people. And so it was really cool.
Are they metal as well?
I think they made a set of metal dragons, if I remember correctly, but the actual dice are just normal dice.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're bigger than normal size dice. They're like 16 millimeter, maybe. Not that anybody can think that offhand, but, and they're always like 2 colors. So they're like these like tidal elves or something. They were like kind of blue and like tan and maybe they're blue and white, but they're fantastic dice.
Sweet.
Yeah, I always wanted to try that game out.
I have a ton of it.
Yes.
All right. My number 2 are the dice from Champions of Midgard, because they never do what I want them to do.
That's fair.
But I just love that. I love the fact that they made them to where you don't just get what you want. You have to, take a risk.
Yeah. Have you played the expansion?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
I like the expansions.
Oh yeah.
Number 2?
Yep.
I just looked at it. What was
Eventually, we'll do Champions in Midgard with expansion for In the Pit with Waterdeep in its expansion.
Ooh, I know my choice.
Yeah.
I'm going with... I looked at it twice. Dice Town.
That's
Bam.
Yeah. 'cause
Bam.
I like poker, and it's got poker symbols on it. So.
And the cups.
Yeah.
And the cups.
Didn't they come out with other games that you can play with those same dice as well? Like other card games that you could play? Like kind of card games?
There's a couple of games that use the poker dice, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The dice, I think, in Dice Town were created for Dice Town. I don't think they're the standard dice that you find in those other games.
Yeah.
Or at least there's some differences anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've seen some kind of poker dice in, the 5-in-1 game sets and stuff.
Yeah.
I've never actually looked at the dice and seen.
I think the other game's called
layout of
Shooters
it.
or something. Anyway, keep going.
All right, number 2 is Quarriers and Dice Masters. I just like how they implement those dice, and you get to roll them and upgrade your character, and it has attack stats and defense stats and whatnot. So, yeah.
Well, I couldn't find it very fast. So it's at Walmart, though. It's not called Shooters. It's called something else. What are we doing? Honorable mention? Yeah.
Yep.
My honorable mention is the dice from Dice Forge, but specifically because I don't really consider them custom dice. It's more just a bunch of plastic pieces that you make a dice out of. So it's, it fits this list, but not so much that it should be in the top. It's just kind of an honorable mention. So
yeah.
Fantastic game. Worth $20.
Yes.
My honorable mention is
that was an inside joke.
I didn't Yeah.
Somebody texted Eric and I and was like, yeah, is this game worth $20? And I said some harsh words in a good way. It's like, yeah, well, not appropriate for the podcast words. I was like, yes.
Anyway. So, for my honorable mention, it's the dice from the first game that Tim and Eric and I played at that Irish pub. I can't remember the name of it.
O'Shea's.
Thank you. Yeah. And it's the dice for Dire Wild, and it one D6 and one D3 on a D6, I guess. But anyway, the die that we were playing with weren't the custom ones, but I did get the custom ones now, and they have like slashes on them. They just look cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
This is going to surprise Tim and Eric.
Oh, here we go. All
right.
My honorable mention is actually the Bang the Dice game dice. I just don't like the game, but I like the symbols on the dice.
It's got some cool symbols.
Yeah.
It's got a bug.
This one's got surprise you guys too, but it's Scatterworries.
The big die.
Huge D20 letter die.
With the letters on it.
Yeah.
As an honorable mention.
That's fair.
Good. That's a good one.
My number one is the dice from Mage Wars. For kind of the same reason that City of Remnants was on my list. I love the layout of the dice, and they're so fun to roll because the outcome of the dice, right? So that they're basically a 0-1-2-0-1-2. One of the ones and one of the twos have a burst mark on it. They're crits, and the crits go through armor. The basic 1 and 2 does not, but you have blanks. So it's just a really like functional thing for the game. It really plays out really well. It's really nice. And they have translucent versions of the dice that are really nice. They have of different colors. So you can kind of customize your own, come to the table with your own dice, like colors or whatever. So
yeah,
they're really fun.
Cool. My number one are the dice from Kung Fu Zoo. And they're animal dice. They're 6-sided, but like you have a gorilla, and if you're looking down at the top of it, like it'll be the top of his head, and then the front will be his face, and then his arms on the side, and like he's got like his butt on the back, and his feet on the bottom, and so there's a gorilla, and there's a zebra like that, and a elephant, and a big cat. And what you do in the game is you're shooting these dice at other dice, trying to knock them into holes to knock them out of the arena. And the side that you land on determines whether you're stunned, like if your feet are up,
Nice.
or if you get special abilities depending on what your animal is. It's so much fun. They're
Sounds
so
awesome.
cute.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. My number one is Couriers. I just like, there's so many different dice. They all have all this different symbols on them and stuff, that goes along with what they do. And it's neat to sit there and try and build your bag and all that stuff. So
Yeah. I actually really debated putting Couriers on here.
That's good.
Those were some of the really first, very customized dice.
Like the Dice Master ones are probably better in terms of quality,
Well,
But basically they're doing the same
but they're
thing.
exactly the same.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Number one for me is your honorable mention is Dice Forge Dice, which is also in other games, but I just like the ability to be able to customize your dice.
That's fair. Those dice are only in that game. There's the ability to customize other dice, but the Dice Force dice destroy like the
Rattlebone.
The Rattlebones and stuff.
Those weren't the same dice.
No, they're not. Yeah.
Okay.
So the Rattlebones are kind of like circles that you put on, and the Dice Forge are squares.
The Rattlebone was very like the Lego.
Yeah.
Almost like the Lego dice.
yeah, I was going to say the
Kinda close to
Lego.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Dice Forge dice are way better
All right.
quality
Dice
wise.
Forge ones.
Yeah, go with that. All right, so since you guys weren't on the episode, do you have anything you want to go, like you want to chime in with the previous episode's top 5 list, or are you good?
No, I have stuff I want to chime in on.
Yeah, I got some.
And just real quick, I'm surprised that nobody said those rocket dice from like Alien Frontiers.
I haven't played it. I saw
either.
them. I also thought about the bullet dice from Tiny Epic Western.
Yeah.
I wanted to put stuff on here I've actually had experience with, because it wasn't just about how cool it looked. It was about the functionality to me as well.
True.
So
that's fair.
Yeah. Matt, let's start with you.
My number 5, just because I haven't played it, but
Well, real quick, you're going to burn through all 5 of yours.
just go through all 5.
Yeah, this is your top 5 favorite components. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I didn't do an honorable mention on it, but whatever.
That's fine.
So my number 5, the Kingdom Death Monster, like the big monsters that you fight.
Yes.
I think that's awesome.
Yes.
Like the miniatures that you put together?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. Those are awesome. My number 4 is the pet eggs from Dungeon Pets, just because they're all different and they spin and it shows like how they grow and what they want to eat.
Absolutely agree with you.
Number 3, for some reason, I really like the clock from Mysterium. It's just cool looking, and I like that it counts your rounds and all that stuff.
It's functional.
My number 2, Harry Potter Battle for Hogwarts has these really awesome skull tokens. They are super chunky. It was like such a weird random surprise that came in this game.
I didn't know.
But they're really neat. And then my number 1 is the gold ring from Nothing Personal.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Nice.
I like that ring.
Was it the capo ring or
Capo
something?
ring.
Yeah.
That's a nice
You
touch.
actually
You
wear it. And you're like,
Kiss the ring.
yeah.
Yep. Okay, so these aren't necessarily my favorite components, but these are like top 5 random things that I couldn't fit on
No
the
specific
list.
order.
But I do like them. I like them a lot. Okay, so my number 5 are the clubs from Argtech,
Yes.
where you get to whack the other players.
Okay.
As a caveman, you get to hit the other players. That's great. My number 4, the ship and the timers from A Tale of Pirates. Which is an app-driven game where you have a ship and you have to do things on the ship by flipping timers over and yeah, it's really good and they fit in well. My number 3 would be the bears, the little porcelain bears from Rescue Polar Bears, which is the only reason to own this game, unfortunately.
Just for the bears.
Just for the bears. That's sadly it's got some issues. But my number 2 are the plastic shakers and the metal pans from a la carte, where you're seasoning food, and so you have these cubes and you have to shake them out without like messing it up and getting too much salt or whatever. Oh, it's great. And then my honorable mention. This is an honorable mention because the game is essentially dead, but it's probably the most worked on component I've ever had, and it's the spell books from Serpent's Tongue. They did such an amazing job on these. They didn't keep up with the actual game itself, unfortunately.
Too bad.
Boo.
Yeah. Although the game is great, if you don't play with actually having to learn magic. Anyway, it's bizarre. But the number 1 are any of the quote unquote meeples from Fragor games, which are, like the Sheer Panic Sheep, or the dragons from Dragon Scroll, or any of the fish from Poseidon's Kingdom. Like all the Fragor pieces are these little, what are they made out of? Clay, I guess.
Oh, that's cool.
Or porcelain. They're like Christmas ornaments. Massive.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like every one of their games. That's their big thing. There's Antler Island where these you get deer. I mean, they're all gorgeous and they're all just massive, and it's the best thing about their games, maybe.
Nice.
I'll probably learn more about board games in this episode than
All kinds of games to check out.
I did have an honorable mention I just thought of.
All right, do it.
Growing up, past the pigs.
Yeah, you can roll the pigs.
Yeah, the little rubber pigs that would come, because I didn't play the game. I just like messing with the pigs. I thought they were neat.
Me and Tim played it one day.
Yeah, actually, we played that right by his back door, which
he's
is
like,
like
"Oh,
the
wait
weird.
We'll play this real quick.
That's weird.
We just pulled up like I don't even
On the
know,
floor.
a box, a shoe box or something. We played
Then
it
we
on
did
there.
it right on the floor.
Did we on the? Yeah, it was really funny.
Yeah, I remember that one. And it's like how the pigs roll.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because they can land different ways and stuff. Yeah,
I think there's an auto win if they both
each
land
other.
up.
I think if one's on
was
top
that
of
it?
the other one.
Yeah,
or
if they're
something.
on one's
yeah.
on top of the other.
Yeah.
They redid that idea with some kind of a beer game, some kind of German little beer game. I can't remember what it's called now, but it begins with a P.
With pigs?
It has pigs, but it's more about beer.
Huh.
Or maybe it's barrels. Maybe we're rolling barrels now.
That would make more sense.
That would make a lot more sense.
That would make sense.
There's also a frog game called Ponder, Ponder, and you roll frogs when you fight.
And they say Budweiser.
And the way they land is
blast
like
from the
what you do in
past.
the fight.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's great.
All right, so let's move on to our final topic of the episode here. And our final topic is a podcast playthrough of the Smirk and Laughter game, We Need to Talk.
We do.
Matt, we need to talk.
Yeah.
No, I was kidding. So basically, let me quickly go over the rules of this game, and then we're going to play it live on the podcast. Basically, the game comes with a massive amount of cards, and for those who are on the audio only version of this, you pretty much going to be the person who's always got the card on their head. Otherwise, if you're watching the video, you might be able to read the card if you pay attention hard enough, but it's going to be interesting because you basically get to play along with us to a degree.
Yeah.
Right. So one person is going to take a card and put it on their head. And let's say that in the sample of the game, you don't actually use this card ever, but it says, I forgot what is it? Interpretive dancing. What's the first word?
Spontaneity. No.
Uncontrolled.
Uncontrollable interpretive dancing. I found it. All right. So uncontrollable interpretive dancing. Say I drew this card and I put it in front of me. I don't actually get to see this card. Now, what it is everybody else is like, hey, we need to talk. We're going to have an intervention with you to try to let you know what you're doing that we don't like, basically.
But we can't just come out and say it because we love you and we want to respect your feelings.
Exactly. Right. So the game's going to be played over 3 rounds. Each person goes over 3 rounds. So each person's going to be the person who's getting an intervention called on them or whatever. So we're going to play the game basically 4 times. And at the end, whoever has the most points is the winner. Now, the way you get points is in a 4-player game, which we're playing, the person with the card on their head that they don't get to see starts off with 12 tokens. These tokens are double-sided. There's 1s on one side, 2s on the other. If the player who has the card, I don't remember what they actually call it. We'll call it the subject. If the subject has the card or the token, it's always a 1. If anybody else has it, the clue givers or whatever, it's always a 2. So it's even though they're double-sided, you don't have to remember if it was a 1 or a 2. It just depends on who has it. Now what happens is we play 3 rounds to try to get the person with the card, the subject, to guess what their card is. And it's kind of like Dixit, where you want to give good clues, but you don't want to give them away because you want to siphon as many points away from them as you can. So in the first round, let's say I'm the person, I'm the subject. I have uncontrollable interpretive dancing. George will go. He's going to give me a clue. Now, the first clue that everybody has to give the first round is basically we need to talk about ... ellipses. Anyway, so we need to talk about, and you can say 2 or 3 words basically. Like for instance, this card, George might say, we need to talk about your communication skills. Right? So he's letting me know it's a form of communication or something, right? Matt might say something different, etc. After George gives me a clue, I give him one of my tokens because the clue's valid. At any point, anybody else can say foul. And if majority agrees, then we don't give him a clue or we don't give him a point token because he's not helping. It doesn't make any sense. Like
the clue's invalid in that case.
Yeah. We need to talk about your dirty laundry. That would not help you solve this card, period. Now, Matt would go do the same thing. We need to talk about. Eric would do the same thing. That's the end of round 1. The round 2 will be how it makes you feel. So George is like, this makes me feel like I can't really take you to I don't know. I can't even think about, I can't take you to maybe parties would be a good one. Actually, it makes me feel like I can't take you to a library, because what am I doing at the library that's going to be distracting? So I think maybe it's a distracting thing that I'm doing. And then Matt would go and then Eric would go. And the third round of each card is you need to propose an idea or an action or some kind of step to help them overcome their issue. Right. So for instance, just to give you a clear example from the rulebook for this specific card, maybe try poetry instead. It's still artsy because you're letting them know it's some kind of art, a form of expression. Okay. He's talking about maybe, is it dancing? Maybe I'm stirring you that way, or no more musical no movie. Well, try talking on the phone for a while. Focus on your words. Point is you have to get creative. Now, during any clue, the subject can actually guess. So if Matt gives me a clue and I guess after Matt's clue, I have to give him a second token. I give him one because he gave me a clue. I give him another one because I'm going to attempt to guess. You don't have to guess after every clue. You obviously will waste your tokens that way, your point tokens. If the subject gets it right after somebody gives them a clue, probably because they gave them a really good clue, they actually would lose all their points. So in this case, if Matt gave me a really good clue and I guessed it, Matt would lose all his points for that round. Everybody else would score whatever tokens they have in front of them. If the subject waits until the very end of the third round, like so Eric gives me a clue, I don't guess it, and now I say, this is my final guess, and you get one last attempt. If you guess it during your final attempt and you get it correct, you get to steal a point token from all the other players. However, if you're wrong, no one scores points. So it is in best interest for everyone at the table to get the subject to actually guess it eventually. You just don't want them to guess it after you give them a clue because you're going to be beaten for it. Basically, you're going to lose all your points.
Yep.
But you want to guess it as your final guess if you know it. So you might drag it out to the end just so you can steal points from everyone. So interesting enough, this is a review copy that was provided to us by Smirk and Laughter, Kurtz. And, so just keep that in mind. We have played it, or at least Eric and I have played it before this. And since we've played it before, we wanted to make it a little bit interesting. So we had somebody kind of grab a handful of cards that they think would be really fun for the podcast. So I just want to keep that in mind because I don't want it to be disingenuous or anything that we selectively pick stuff and just did the podcast and it happens to be the best cards in I don't know. There's 1,000 cards in this box or something like that. So it comes with quite a bit. We have a bunch here. And so who's going to begin? You want me to begin? I'll begin.
All right.
All right, here we go. I'm going to be the person. So
okay,
again,
let me give you these points then.
Oh, you can just leave them right there.
Okay.
In addition to this, it also comes with a little board that's like a hot cold thing, and you can move the little token around as you get when you guess. But we're just going to say it out loud so the people who's listening to the podcast can hear it. So here we go. I'm picking one card of these, and I'm holding it up, and everybody's probably going to start laughing. Maybe. Is it a funny one? All right. If you're watching the video, maybe if you can read this, maybe you don't.
Probably not.
Probably not. It's going to be more interesting if you probably just play along with this and act like you're the subject the entire time. So, all right, George, you got to say we need to talk about.
Tim, we need to talk about your dad fashion.
My dad fashion. Now, I don't know. The game never says this, but I am taking notes because I am very bad at remembering all these clues. So he gave me a clue. I give him a 2-point token. And now Matt.
I'm thinking we need to talk about your 90s fashion.
Oh man. 90s fashion. Okay. Here's your point, Matt. Eric.
We need to talk about, your choice of footwear.
My choice of footwear. What in the world? All right, here you go. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to guess yet. So we're going to move on to round 2, and it's how it makes you feel that I do this around you. Do you see the card again or anything?
No, I'm good. The thing is, Tim, it makes me feel embarrassed for you, and just it's the absurdity of it when you're doing it with a suit. Come on, not with a suit.
What? All right, so dad fashion 90s choice of footwear. And I'm doing it with a suit. Huh. Oh yeah, there's your token. All right, Matt, do it.
It makes me feel like you're really confused on how to dress.
I'm confused on how to dress. Okay, this is really... First off, here's your clue.
Do you get 2 or 1?
Anytime you have it, it's a 2. If I have it
Gotcha.
as the subject, it's always a 1. Man. All right, Eric, let's see what you got to bring to this.
You know, when you do this, it kind of makes me feel that I'm walking around with my grandpa.
Walking around with my grandpa. Okay, I might make it. All right, first off, here's your token.
All right.
I don't know if I want to guess with Eric here. Let's say, oh man. No, we're going to move on to the third round. I'm going to try to save my tokens here. So propose an idea or a step to help me overcome this issue, George.
Just don't wear them both together. You could maybe, I don't know, use bug spray.
What? Okay, hold on. Here's your token. Am I walking around with my taxidermy dogs as footwear?
Wow, you're so
good God.
You're so cold. It's freezing in here.
Yeah. Keep that in mind with your clues then.
I am so disturbed.
What did you say, George?
I said don't wear them both together. Just maybe use bug spray if you're concerned.
Yeah.
I was the only person to not really get my question thing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I would say
We started with our weakest link.
Apparently.
just try to dress a little less biblical.
Well, a little here. First off, here's this. A little less biblical, man. A little less biblical.
Yeah.
Am I what? Am I dressing like a homeless person?
No.
Is that cold?
You're
pretty cold.
I am terrible.
It's better than your other guess.
Yes. You're making
so out of 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 being cold, 10 being hot.
Oh, man.
2.
10 doesn't mean you got it right though. Okay. So I was at a 1, now I'm at
maybe
a 2.
maybe a 3.
But this is it. Like Eric's got to bring it home. Basically,
You got to bring it home, Eric. So it's like the you got to bring it home just enough to where I fail on the question, and then I hopefully get it on the final guess.
Oh man.
Well, I'm going to say, if your feet are feeling cold, maybe choose a different footwear.
Choose a different footwear. I don't feel like that gave me much, Eric. But here's a clue token anyway. All right, so, excuse me. We have dad fashion, 90s fashion, choice of footwear, embarrassed doing it with a suit, confused on how to dress, walking around with my grandpa, just don't wear them both together, bug spray, a little less biblical, and choose a different footwear. So this is my final guess.
Cold.
This is going to be my final guess. You know what? Maybe I will guess on Eric's turn and then have a final guess.
Yeah, you should probably do that.
Yeah, because if I fail it, you're not getting these anyway. All right, so this is guessing on Eric's turn. Man, dad's fashion, 90s fashion, man.
Do you get another clue or
no? This is it.
This is it.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have to be. Like,
it's kind of weird that you
got to ramp up a lot faster. I think.
Yeah. Here's the thing. You've given out all your tokens now.
Yeah.
If you get it on Eric's turn, Eric gets nothing, but you get those tokens
as well.
back.
No,
I get nothing as well. Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm better off actually not doing it on Eric's turn. Give me that token back.
No, you're not gonna. You're so cold.
I'm probably not gonna get it anyway. But if I do get it on my final guess, I'll steal a token from each of you.
Right.
And then I'll have 4 tokens. So I'm gonna guess that. Man, I mean, obviously it has something to do with my feet.
you're warming up.
You're warming up.
Well, I talk about taxidermy on my feet.
All right, that's code again.
Yeah, I know that.
What does that even mean? I'm so
Right.
disturbed.
Like wearing your dead animals as footwear.
Wow. I don't know where you
because
got
I
that.
hunted them or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your grandpa was an odd person.
Yeah. I agree.
Nah, I have no clue. I just
no guess.
I guess I'll do something. Am I? I don't know. Am I? Do I have hairy feet and I walk around in public without shoes?
No.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a final guess, or was that it?
That was my final guess.
Okay. Well,
all right. Here
no points for any of us.
Constantly wear socks with sandals. Interesting. Okay.
or dead animals on your feet. I mean, it's close.
Yeah.
That was pretty close, I guess. Whoops. All right. This one's going down here.
So we don't get points either?
No one gets points.
Points.
That was amazing. All right, so everybody hand him to George. He's going to pick a card here.
Oh, okay. I'm going to pick this one.
All right, don't look at it. Show everyone else. George, I'm going to help you out and type out your clues here.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
So, Matt, we're going to start with you. We need to talk about what, Matt? What do you need to talk about him with?
Your excessive use of your hands.
Oh. That could go so many directions.
And look, I can't spell, so so when you read these on my computer.
All right. Well, I'm not going to guess yet. I want to, but I think that would just be giving you points, so I'll wait.
I think we really need to talk about the ways you try to communicate.
Okay. Am I?
Are you giving points?
I get one anyway.
Yeah, you get one anyway. All right. Do I? No, I'm gonna wait.
All right. We need to talk about how wrong you are. Makes sense later.
Nobody's calling foul on that?
No.
Okay. All right. How wrong I am.
Give my point token, sir.
Okay.
You can guess.
No, that didn't help me at all.
Some of this is set up.
Yeah. Okay, great.
All right, Matt, how does it make you feel?
It makes me feel confused.
Okay.
You want to elaborate? Because that could be pretty much every card.
Makes me... I don't know. Maybe I don't really have anything. That's all I got. I won't waste time. Sorry. No token for me.
No token from Matt. That's all right.
Oh, okay.
It just makes me feel that maybe you're confused on how to express yourself doing the ways that you do stuff.
Okay, I'm just... here's your thing. All right. I'm going to make a guess. Here's your other thing. Okay. Am I communicating with you through sign language that you don't understand?
No.
Maybe 5. I'd say 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Kinda almost on the right track, but not quite there.
Yeah.
Not really close.
Okay.
But
it makes me feel like you don't understand sentence structure.
Okay. All right. I'll take another. I feel like last round we didn't take many guesses and nobody got anything. So I'm going to take another
It's far
guess.
more entertaining to take guesses.
Yeah. Okay. Do I attempt to communicate by touch?
no,
1.
you got really code.
Okay.
Solution.
Yep.
Maybe you should pay more attention to what people are actually saying.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to take a guess. Do I always walk around with my fingers in my ears? Or my hands over my ears?
Still very code.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Very,
Okay.
very, very code. I think, while you're communicating, maybe you can just sit on your hands.
Okay. There you go.
It's going to be me to lose points, isn't it? All right, here we go.
Bring it home, Tim. Bring it home.
Yeah.
Do I try to communicate through mime?
No.
Okay.
You know what?
Well, I think maybe you gave me one too many.
You think?
Oh, no, he guessed, right? So
Yeah, I guessed.
Was that 5?
Nope.
4.
Man. It's like, how do I just give this to you without giving it to you?
Right? Got to bring it home. Leaving it up to you.
I feel like
I don't care how you feel. I want to know how to solve this.
Yeah, how do you fix
you
this
should
issue?
you should emphasize the correct words.
Oh, okay. So,
Before you guess,
yeah,
is it going to be a...
Oh no, this is going to be a guess. This is going to be a guess on Tim.
Okay.
All right. When I'm speaking, I'm gesturing at inappropriate times.
That's
8?
getting...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
8,
getting really
9?
close.
It's pretty
Yeah,
close.
It's very, very close.
It's like it's probably like a 7 or 8.
Yeah, you get a final guess. What you got?
Oh man. Okay.
Almost there.
I know. Okay, how about when I speak, I am clapping at odd moments.
No.
Maybe a slight step back, but you want to read it off?
Yeah. Okay. Erroneous use of air quotes.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. It's up to you.
Wow, this is hard.
It is very hard.
Let's give all the points to Matt.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what side they're on.
That's right.
And then choose one of these cards here.
That's right. I don't look at it.
Nope.
You don't look at it. Correct. We got extras just in case. I mean, we got the whole box. But
Let me look at it first.
Oh, yeah, because you're going.
Let me see that again.
Hold on. Got it, Eric?
Yep.
Oh, God.
All right, go ahead. I'm going to write them down, Matt, so if anytime you want me to, I'll read them off.
We need to talk about how you purchase items.
Okay.
This is probably too good. We need to talk about how you always have exact change.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. How I purchase items. How I always have exact change.
You want to make a guess or?
Do I carry a coin purse?
4.
6.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, 6. Yeah.
Hottish. Yeah.
Okay.
You're warm.
Yeah.
We need to talk about your encumbrance. your encumbrance levels.
That's great. Okay.
Does change in my pocket jingle when I'm walking?
6.
That or maybe less. Maybe a 5.
Yeah.
How's it make you feel, Eric?
Oh man, it really makes me feel that you take too long when you're checking out anywhere. I get a point.
Yeah, give him the point anyway. You want to hear the things so far, Matt, or you got them?
No, I got it. There is some funny way I'm using an exact change, or I've always got change on there. I just don't know exactly what it is.
Do you want to make a guess with him, or?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Matt, it just makes me irritated that. Oh man. It just makes me irritated to watch the clerk always counting.
Do I pay in pennies or something?
I think it's maybe an 8 or 9, but not quite there.
Really?
For me.
Okay.
You guys agree?
Yeah, I mean it's
okay.
it's
like
a 9 or a 10.
Almost be a 10. Like it's just it depends on if you decide if the rest of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it close enough?
I wouldn't say it's quite close enough. It's like a 9.
Okay.
Unless you guys disagree.
Well,
how does it make you feel, George?
I am incensed by the incrementalism. Could you just stop, please?
I've never heard that word. Incensed.
George, you got to use some better, smaller vocabulary here, buddy. What is going on?
Dictionary, please.
I think I can at least get it in context.
I want him to get it.
Yeah. Go vague.
We have one more round.
Yeah. Let's try. All right. So now we're offering a solution.
Yeah. Offer him a solution, Eric.
So I think, maybe you should just carry around paper money.
Or hand him a token first.
Yeah. Did I guess that I only use change already? I already guessed that, right?
You said pennies.
Pennies. Okay, so I only use change?
Yes.
Yeah. No, read off the card, though, yeah.
Infuriatingly pays for everything in coins.
Yeah.
That would be pretty annoying.
Ching. Oh, here we go.
That was probably a little bit easier than I think the other one.
Oh, man.
I had 3.
All right, so Eric drops his points. Matt, how many points you have left over? 3?
2, 3.
3.
Yeah.
3. George?
6 points.
6 points. And I had 6 as well.
Yeah.
Dope.
Oh, we're on the board.
1 of 3 is not bad. Eric, can you take us to 50%?
What?
No, you stole his points by guessing from him.
Oh, got you.
I did too well.
Sorry.
All right, pick one of these cards, Eric. Show it to us.
This one. Tim?
Yeah, go to Tim first.
That was long. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Okay. So we need to talk about your responses.
Okay.
We just need to talk about your indirectness.
Point for you. Matt, help me out here. You need to see it again?
No.
All right.
We need to talk about how
put that under
you answer people.
Poke holes in my...
How I answer people?
Yes.
That... Let me see the card again. Might be a foul, because you can't use any of the words.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
But it's all right. We need all the help that we can get.
All right.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh, how it makes you feel? Or you want to guess it all or no?
Oh, no. I need a little bit more than this.
Okay. It makes me feel like you are avoiding what I say for your own purposes.
Avoiding what you say for what?
For your own purpose.
For my own purpose.
But how does it make George feel?
So it's about responses. It's indirect. Something about answering people. Avoiding what I say for my own purpose. So, no good guesses yet. Going to George.
It makes me feel like I'm not conducting the interrogation, and that bothers me.
That was pretty awesome.
Huh. Did I give you a point? Nope. So, it's about responses, indirect responses, about answering people. This is hard. Avoiding what I say for my own purpose and you're not conducting it, so maybe I'm conducting some kind of interrogation. I'm trying to... Am I... it's going to be a guess here. Oops. Oh no, something happened.
That's all right, keep going.
Okay, I'm going on. Am I answering questions before the question is fully asked?
No, but
like
goodness, that's like an 8.
10? I don't know. It's like super up there.
It's like a 9, 8.
Yeah.
I think I lucked out of it a little bit.
Matt, what you got? How's it make you feel?
I don't know if that's a good way to describe it. Makes me feel like you're always turning things around on me.
That was good.
Am I answering questions that is not directed at me?
You went back.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, that's like a 7 though.
Oh.
So propose an idea.
You too, man.
Eric, I think that you could give me an actual response instead of trying to get your own information.
One more time.
I feel like you should actually respond to me before trying to get your own information from me.
I'm trying to... am I answering a question with a question?
Oh,
yep.
Yes.
All right.
Well, there's one other part to it, but it's
Is it good?
It's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Irritatingly answering a question with a question.
Which was so great when you're like, I feel like I'm not conducting the interrogation, and that bothers me.
My next one was going to be, this isn't Jeopardy.
George, how many points did you get there?
I got 6.
All right. Well, yeah, I think you won at 12. Eric?
I got 4.
Oh, was you keeping score?
4. Sure. Oh, were you
Matt's at
Matt?
4.
Yeah.
Oh, were you at 7?
Yep.
So 6 for Tim, 12 for George, 7 for Matt, 4 for Eric on this podcast playthrough. So we're pretty much out of time for the podcast, but really quick, since you guys haven't played it, what you think?
I thought it was fun. I thought it was very tricky.
Yeah.
I enjoyed trying to come up with things to say without giving it away completely, and that tension of, is he going to get it, or not? That was really fun. And when I was doing the guessing, oh man, that was hard.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. But in an enjoyable way, Yeah.
I think you really do need a piece of paper with this game and keep track of what people are saying, because
it definitely helps.
It was actually not fun for me to try to remember all that. Right. So it was actually, writing it down on this was really, really nice.
I agree. Yeah, that's what I did too. I just wrote down whatever you guys said on a piece of paper so I can go back and recollect easier and exact wordage instead of, changing around a word here or there. It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And
actually, it's funny that we had somebody seed these questions basically, or pick the ones that they thought would be interesting for the podcast. Mm-hmm. And realistically, I don't know if it would have mattered, actually.
No, I don't think so.
The other options, which, I probably shouldn't read these, but I'll mix them in. Must push every elevator button. That's actually really awesome. Dangerously out of control board game shelf. Why did anybody pick that one?
Right.
Always great. Double dips from the bowl. And careless movie spoiler.
Do you know, you could play this game.
You can pretty much just make up your own.
I was going to say that. Everyone, writes down, a thing.
Something.
Yeah. And hands them all face down to Eric. And then he has to pick from that when it's his turn.
Yeah.
And everyone writes one and face down to Matt, and same kind of thing. But you absolutely should support the publisher because it's a good game.
Yeah. It comes with, like I said, I don't know if look in the rulebook and see if it actually says how many cards. There are quite a bit of cards in there.
I would say it's probably in the box.
Is it?
The back of the box.
The stack is like...
274 prom cards.
Yeah, there you go. 274. Yeah. And like you said, you can pretty much make up your own. It does come with about 8 or 10 that you actually it's blank and you just make up your own. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you run out, that's going to be a while.
Right.
But then you could, and maybe they'll have expansions by then.
But you only run out if you're playing with the same people that many times, because if you play with another group, it's like, you might see the same card every once in a while, but by that time you probably forgot it.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, but there are some in there that are really hard.
Yeah, some of them are very far-fetched. Like I don't know, or maybe it's just it probably plays better with more people too.
You get more clues. Yeah.
You get way more clues, and you get more clue tokens and stuff.
Yeah.
And I would say also it's better as you play it and understand, what is a good clue to give.
Yeah, because you almost, unlike other games where you have to be very vague, you almost don't ever want to be vague. You just want to get them all the way to the edge and then be like, please guess it on somebody else's turn. So, well, cool. I think it's about time we wrap this episode up. We want to thank you again for tuning into episode 78 of the MeepleCore podcast. This episode was recorded on July 11th, 2019. Send us questions, comments to meeplecore@gmail.com. Follow MeepleCore on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the video versions, which are up to date on YouTube. OMG.
All right.
Until next time, this is Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple.
Matt RoBear.
Eric Ledford.
George Breden.
Keep on rocking and rolling dice.